Yep, it's very gray and drippy over here in Oklahoma. So, and not like the good kind of drippy. It's not like the weather's, you know what I mean, like dripped out. It's not like it's wearing like a nice hat, and yeah, nothing cool like that. It's just rainy. It's just that Seggying outside. Anyway, let's go ahead and make you guys voice live. There you go.
We're voice live.
Hopefully. I clicked the button. I mean, I don't know what else I would need to do. That should be it.
Yeah.
Whew. Evening,
It
folks.
caught you asking Panda if the internet was being fucky.
But of course.
Evening. And I'm pretty sure other things.
So
Everything
I'm pretty
besides
sure
evening?
the lag is kind of...
Well, I mean, you guys talk. I don't know.
We talk? Who talk? Where talk?
Well, we haven't gotten to the point where we were talking.
I'm so confused. We're talking now.
Yeah, our voices are hearable.
Oh, you're talking about on the stream. I'm like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, it was via the
Ellie-
stream.
Ellie, what are you talking about? It is monochrome outside. Like
Yeah.
they
Thank
looked
God.
at one swatch and we're like, we'll take it. And it's the grayest gray of all grays.
Hey, look, for the nocturnal people in this call, I love it because I can sleep during the day now easily.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm not trying to fight the sun.
Ugh. I just like being able to see the sun sometimes, right? Like, at least for like a little bit. I don't like it just being gray and then
Praise
dark.
the song. Anyways.
Yes,
Um,
praise the sun. Yes.
No, I was working all day today in a building with a tin roof. I mean, it's not actually tin, but it's
Sounded like it,
a
bro.
metal.
It used to be a
metal
tin roof.
A metal roof,
Yeah.
and so it's just like the loudest thing all day long. I was trying to watch like YouTube videos while I was working on markers, and I was like, nope, headphones. So I had to put headphones in because I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it was raining hard enough this morning that I tried to let Harley out, and he was just like, he took like a step
serious?
towards the door, and then he looked at me, and he wouldn't go out. And I was like, whatever. He'll have to go bad enough soon.
Yep.
So I feed him, and then I eat breakfast, and then and then he's like doing this thing where he's pestering me, like, hey, I gotta go pee. And so I open the thing, and he won't go back out. I was like, you're going outside. You were not peeing on my floor. Get out. So I get him to go out, and he goes over to the stairs, and then he stands there for a second, then he tries to come back in. So I had to fucking lock him out. So,
Like, you're going
I was like,
back.
No, you're gonna get wet. You gotta go fucking pee though.
yeah, because I'm like, bro, at this point, if you just pee on the deck, like, it's not gonna matter. You just can't pee in the room. There's so much rain, it's not gonna stay wherever you pee it out.
Yeah, dude. I took Nim out this morning, and he's on a leash because we live in an apartment, so I have to walk him. And we get
Yeah.
out from underneath the awning where it starts raining, and he looks at me like, "Are you fucking serious?" And I'm just like, "Yeah,
Right?
dude, go. The faster you go, the faster we go inside." And so he goes and pees, and I try and keep walking him to see if he'll go poop or something. And he goes underneath like a carport. Is like, "Nah, I ain't doing this." It's like, okay, we'll
Right.
go back in. It's just like, nah.
It's like I can't blame them because, we know it's like, dude, it's just water. But they're like, bro, that's a piece of the sky that just hit me in the side of my face. Like, what? We should take cover. Like, no, dude. just go.
Yep. I had my
No,
parents
you
ask
go.
me, specifically Jack. He's like, "What do you do when it's raining at your job?" I'm like, "Walk in the rain." I'm like,
Yeah.
Do security. I have to walk around. I'm like, I try and spend as much time inside that I can because I don't like being wet. But like, look, they have a rain jacket there. It's a medium.
Oh.
I'm like,
no.
guys, why did you go? Like, this is a communal rain jacket, right? Like,
Yeah, you go up for
why'd
those.
you buy
So it fits
Yeah.
everyone.
like an
Or-
extra
or at least
large?
it's
I could have probably
oversized.
dealt with. I think with a
Yeah.
medium, I tried it one time and I got it about here.
Well, you're not on
Uh,
screen right now. You
Yeah,
wanna
for
be?
everybody
There you
else, I'm
Here,
Christ
let's-
being
let's
crucified.
get you on the
screen.
go. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
doesn't matter.
And that's
but
not sized appropriately.
you
There
know,
we go.
and I was like, ooh, yeah, I can't like put my arms forward to open doors. So it was dumb.
that is dumb.
Since then, I've just like, cool, I'll just wear my regular jacket or my windbreaker and let it be soaked, like, you know, let it get soaked. I'll just take it off every time I'm inside, and I'll hang it up
Right.
next to the door. And there's a nice water puddle of, you know, the pints of water shedding off of it.
I've got
completely-
large portions of my job that are standing water, so I feel you just
Yeah.
in general.
On a completely unrelated topic, I saw a thing of like most unbelievable moments in Dragon Ball, like just in the universe in general.
Random.
This may remind me of it because I'm talking about the sun. It's like, yeah, I wish I could go Piccolo and just blow up the sun like he blew up the moon. But that would have different bad things happen to us.
Very
because
different
of that.
ramifications to those two events.
Yeah. But one of the things that were completely unbelievable was the flying like pillar thing that General Tao did.
Dude,
in
that's
Dragon
one of the
Ball,
best scenes
It's
of
still
all
so
time.
dope.
Though.
where he runs
It's
up to the
so
column and he
good.
chops it in like two places, and he throws it, then runs and jumps on it, and it's flying through the air on top of it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love it. It's so ridiculous.
The people at conventions, they're like, you have to fist fight one anime character and win for $1 million. Who are you choosing? People say Krillin.
Whoa!
Yeah. Okay. First of
You
all,
are
Not even
losing
Yamcha?
that
Like,
fame.
dude,
Yeah.
come on.
I was
Oh
like,
my
first of all,
God.
if you name
The
a Dragon Ball
disrespect.
character, you're probably
Yeah.
gonna lose.
Like,
Any character, because
Yeah.
one of the comments was like, these people out here saying Krillin when even if they say Tao, they're gonna
Hercule would
lose.
beat everybody in
Yeah.
a fight. Okay?
Yeah.
Hercule
Yes.
would beat literally everybody in a fight.
Yeah, people forget his dog got shot. He ran across a field and whooped two armed gunmen. Like,
Yeah, dude. Hercule is
That
not a slouch.
motherfucker
He's
dodged
just being
bullets.
compared to Saiyans. That's
exactly,
the
yeah,
problem.
which is just not fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, no. Listen, you can't whoop Krillin. Nobody you know can whoop Krillin. Every person you've ever met could gang up on Krillin, and he's walking away fine.
You know 100
Like-
people versus a gorilla thing? 100 people versus Krillin comes out on top.
Yeah, it's not even like it's not even
one
tough.
Krillin versus a gorilla, and Krillin wins easy.
Yeah.
Like the toughest part of that for Krillin is one of you is gonna die, and he didn't intend for that to happen. Like,
oh,
at least one of
that
you is
guy's
dead.
way weaker than I thought. Oh no.
Krillin becomes like the super cop of super cops at the end of Z.
Yeah.
Okay? Like,
Right? Ugh.
Because he's like, I still want to like be useful and help people. How do I do that when like Cell's not showing up? You know?
yeah.
When
What
Cell's
do you
not out
even
here being
call
like,
Krillin for as a police officer? Like, what situation are you like, get Officer Krillin out here? Probably shit that just never made it into the show, but would have been a serious issue if Krillin wasn't around.
Krillin's
Look.
bat signal is just the silhouette of his bald ass head.
Right?
Look, logistically speaking, if I'm
No, the president
I'm a
is
normal
the only one
guy-
with his number.
Oh,
Right.
God,
If I'm a
look at our
normal,
president.
like-
Somebody else
Dog
is president,
president.
please. Somebody else is president.
Yeah.
Oh.
if I'm a normal
No,
ass
no, no,
human,
no. You remember I say president, but you know the
I know what you meant, but
Isn't it
I
like a
couldn't-
dog, dude? Yeah, it's
I
like a
had to
wolf man.
take a dig at it. All right, I had
President
to. It was
Wolfman.
there. President
Yeah,
Wolfman.
I'm general,
Wolfman.
like unpowered civilian. Okay,
Oh,
and I find out that on the police force that we have a dude that can fly, basically at Mach whatever, like a fighter jet. All right, I'm like, okay, cool. What do we get him to do? What is he?
Yeah.
First of all, he shouldn't have to like, oh, every time there's a bomb threat, you need to go take care of that. Like that seemed like, first of all, a really good thing for him to do, but also like, man, that seems wrong to like justify like one guy doing that.
Yeah.
It's like he could do anything. But no, any high speed pursuit, like, oh, these people are in a sports car, then we'll
Goes
just let
and
him take
picks
care
up
of
the
it.
car. Yeah.
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 Just,
Like, could you
I
get
got it,
that?
and
Yeah.
yeah, just flies over, picks it up. Like, It's like what Superman or the Flash would be doing in a normal, like unpowered, like villain universe. Like if villains didn't have superpowers. Yeah,
it's like there would be a Gotham City in DBZ, except Krillin became a police officer, so that just like has never kicked off. They're like, yeah, yeah, man, yeah, no, nobody. I feel like this is a PSA. Listen, you can't whoop Krillin. I'm sorry, you just can't do it.
No,
I don't care.
See,
what
the issue I have with those is
there's no kryptonite either. It's like you could show up with like a weird rock, and he's like, my powers, like,
yeah,
and his wife and kid can whoop you too. Like, there's no weaknesses.
His wife will beat you harder than he will.
On the bright side, you could at least bribe 18. Like, hey,
who do you know that has money like that?
Who do you know?
I don't know anybody like
you know what
that,
I mean?
but
it theoretically possible
that's her
to bribe.
weakness.
That's
if
her
she would have
weakness,
weakness.
Sure. But like, it's a high fee. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
That's like walking into someone's house. Like, listen, you're mugging me. Okay, I'm gonna give you money. So that I can claim I came in here and left alive, even though I was threatening you. Okay. It's for clout. It's all clout. I have $3 million.
It's all clout. It's all for the gram.
Anyway, we know ourselves. We know we could talk about this kind of bullshit all night.
All night.
How about we don't, though?
Yeah. You guys are on the start screen.
But everybody, like, because they get asked, there
you go.
Like, you have to fight somebody and win for $1 million from anime. Nobody ever thinks of, like, slice of life.
Or shoujo anime.
Yeah, or shoujo or whatever, you know.
Listen,
I could beat the crap out of some of those girls.
Tucker, and I'll do it for
free. Yeah,
that's a lot of people's like
Shao Tucker.
Shao Tucker. Remember Shao Tucker?
I was like,
he's a grown ass man in a universe, but he is relatively normal stats for a human.
Yeah,
and he's just a bad dude. So you should probably go for that one. And I'm like, okay. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, dude, like, what's a character from some dumb Clanid or something like that, you know? I'm like, I don't remember any of those character names. I remember by hair color. I just say, oh, yeah.
All I'm saying is I can beat the whole cast of Hamtaro, like, by myself. I'm just saying. It'd be pretty easy. But anyway, speaking of running the fade with animals, especially ones that can talk. Yeah, I'd probably lose just because I'd be like, oh, they're so cute though.
Can I just like hold it down and pin it for the 3 seconds or whatever? Like,
it's like you like pick one of them up and they like shriek. You're like, I'm a bad person. I'm gonna put you back down. I'm gonna put you back down. But yeah, we are talking about killing a talking animal in a sense, right? That is where we are.
I think an A-Dank will put up a lot more of a fight than Hamtaro will, though. Just
depends on how many natural 20s you roll, but it might be roughly the same. So we'll see. Last time you guys were able in a grueling, hard-fought battle that definitely didn't have more lead up than it had action. You finally overcame an A-Dank and spent a long time afterward removing the hide and claws, and you got some other pieces and things off of it, but you were burning daylight, and it's a lot of work. It's a big creature. Even with 3 of you working on it, it still takes quite a bit of time to do carefully. So you left what you had to. For the time being, including most of its like meat and whatnot, which you've all decided against actually eating because it is an intelligent creature, even though it's like it's not necessarily person level intelligence. It is above animal intelligence enough that you can speak to one. They can reason to an extent. They can be cruel and know the concept of mercy, yada yada yada. So you guys decided that. Vabrong doesn't necessarily have the same viewpoint, but he respected yours. He did taste it. He seemed to enjoy it, but it didn't look very good to you all. Either way, someone that did probably, or maybe would have enjoyed the meal of 8 Ank a bit more was the other 8 Ank who got beat up by the one you killed, that was already hurt, and then later that night came back to be like, holy shit, that guy who was an ass to me is dead? I'm gonna eat him. Except Lamia ruined that party, because it was like, hey, get out of here, and like ran over at him, and then you guys all ran over. It was like, ah shit, I'm caught, and it tried to take drag the thing with it, but it was too heavy, and it got like a really tiny piece, but not enough to actually eat and recover. So you chased it back to its lair. You didn't like swim after it. That would have been baller. You would have got ate. But like that would have been really hardcore if you jumped in the water and were like, nah, I'm fucking getting him. But you didn't do that. You just ran to the edge of it and were like shouting, and it went back to its lair. And the idea that came up a little bit earlier than that, and that we're going to be getting into as we get into the morning of the next day, is that you could attempt to try to collapse its den on top of it. Even for a big creature, like a cave-in is a very dangerous thing, and these things are not amphibious. They don't breathe water. Like, they can't breathe in water. So, that'd be very dangerous for it, not just from the impact of the roof collapsing, but also the suffocation aspect. So that's what was being discussed last, because you did want to get rid of the second 8 Ank as well. That being said, morning has come, so I will throw it to you all to have whatever discussions you need to have, and we'll jump into that plan being moved into action. If it helps, I assume it's. I mean, even though he was working a lot, I assume, Sam, you're probably up and busy again in the morning, so you'd probably be the one to bring it up.
All right, I'm half asleep.
It's fun.
The plan of doing the digging the hole to the cave-in, yeah. I think I was staring off into space, and like when you said Sam, my eye went whoop, back into normal position. So I would probably bring that up. Also, because in character, I'd probably bring that up.
No, poll is up.
Okay, I'm making sure I did the things I properly did.
Before you vote in the snail poll, feel free to look up the rules for cave-ins in Pathfinder 1st Edition.
I'm still voting on myself. I always vote on myself.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, yeah, I only ever vote for myself also if I vote.
I just don't, but like, I guess I could on my phone if I wanted to do it on my like non-unnatural ones, like in my actual profile.
Yeah.
I even have boops. I mean, of course, I have a lot. I don't take shit.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to do anything with them, but why not?
Yeah. Without getting too much into character and explaining everything that I think we already know, I'm going to talk about how, using a conjunction of two spells, I can try and dig a hole into the burrow that might destabilize its structural integrity, but using a lot more Sam words.
Yeah, you can speak in the meta about it if you want to. We can take it to RP if there's like a thing that needs to be role played. That's fine.
The only issue with that being, it's not going to be like secret. Like it's obvious going to hear me digging, or it's not. It's going to be obvious what I'm doing. There's no stealth thing about this. It's the equivalency of. It's not Andy Dufresne chipping away at a rock wall with a shovel in Shawshank for many years. This is more I have a drill, or I have an impact hammer, and I'm getting out of there now. It's that type of situation. So it's going to be loud. Why I remember his whole name from that movie is beyond me. But
Because Red says it a ton of times narrating. Andy
It's true.
Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne. Red being Morgan Freeman's character. Sorry. You know,
No,
I
my
haven't seen
brain
that
is
movie
also-
since I was like a child, like a literal child, and for some reason I remember those things.
Yeah, I watched it not super long ago because, yeah, I think I watched Escape from Alcatraz, and I was like, I want to watch the better Prison Break movie.
Oh,
You
look,
mean
this guy.
Escape
We
from New
just
York?
started. We just started. Come on, wrap this up. That's a whole other tangent.
We, if somebody was trying to, I don't know, very obviously dig underneath one of my, walls in my cabin in the woods where nothing bad's ever happened, it's definitely not haunted. I would definitely come outside and, I don't know, shoot arrows at them or something, or try to get them to stop. So.
Would it notice that immediately as you start trying to dig through it? Like, as far as I understand, we've got quite a bit of wall before you kind of reach the point where it could make it collapse.
I don't know.
Try to imagine if you were on the first floor of a 2-story house and someone starts using a shovel to get through the roof.
Okay. So there's
You'll
a potential I could hear it.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, you could be distracted or whatever if you have headphones on, but like, it is not a hard thing to detect because obviously the 8 ain't wearing headphones. Maybe it's underwater, but it will probably eventually hear that.
So, do you want us to just guard you, Sam, and be ready for a fight? Or...
No, I'm going to be in the hole.
I know, that's why I'm saying, do you want us to guard where you're digging the hole?
At least be around, yeah. I mean, I still want to be in the hole by myself and it, like, come out and be like, pap, pap, and, squish me in the hole, But, yeah. Yeah, having you out there and ready would be helpful. Also having like maybe that whisper thing cast on me, just in case I enter a chamber or something, because I can just dig. I don't really know where I'm digging or what's beyond where I dig. So if I could just like fall through into its lair, that would be real bad.
Yeah, that would be real bad.
Yep. Who all is actually going over to like the top of the den? Is like everyone going, or
I would imagine it would just be the three of us.
well, I know
maybe
you're taking
Vibrong.
Vibrong. Yeah.
Yeah, and Vibrong.
So then Hattie should come, because she shouldn't be by herself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she can stay at the camp. We know where the Yadank is.
Yeah, but buddy
we still
system.
don't want... Yeah.
Yeah, buddy system.
Sure. I mean, shoot, I'll stay on land. I'm arranged anyways, right? If me standing on the den's probably actually less helpful. If you have Hattie and me on land, that's probably a little bit better than us both being on the den.
How far away can you cast the maze spell?
Really far.
Okay. Then if you can cast your spells from far away, then there shouldn't be a problem for you to be on land with Hattie. As long as you're watching and we're talking to you.
Is 200 feet. Because 100 foot plus 10 foot per level, so 200 foot range.
I put you back on the map thing.
Okay.
That too.
If I just stand on land and yeah. I can cast way over here. Way out here.
Yeah, you're fine.
200 foot range on that.
Okay, then yeah, you and Hattie can just, I guess, watch from afar.
Well, I mean, it'll probably be better for us to make sure that you guys have a quick line of escape if anything goes wrong too. This way we aren't all just in the water. Like if for some reason you guys have to swim away, allowing me to be on land and be able to distract this thing or use stuff to mess with it that could allow you guys to escape if for some reason you need to is probably better than us all just being trapped on its den that we're trying to collapse. I'm not exactly a strong swimmer. I mean, I do have a spell that allows me to be, but for a limited amount of time.
It'll be you. It'll be Eli and Hattie will be back on the shore. Not back at camp, just on the shore.
Yeah, just on the shore.
Okay. For cover fire if they need to retreat. Okay.
Yep.
So that means it is Lamia, Sam, and Verbrong all going over. Cool. And so thinking of what you know the 8-Anks options are, of course. Like if it hears you, it can do nothing. But besides that's the case. Holy crap. Started a hype train almost.
Hype train.
You did start a hype train. What?
With
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. And so yeah, it can choose not to do anything, which is possible but not likely. It can come out and be like, "The fuck is that?" and then attack you, which you're kind of ready for. But of course, it is still a wounded animal. It might come out, see y'all,
and just
what you
flee
did to its buddy, and it might take off.
So we should grab the net too.
Like a punk. Yep.
And one of us be basically prepared to, if we see it peek out, that we can throw the net on top of it.
Yeah. How many people can you fit in your boat, Sam? If you make a boat.
I think it's a lot now.
I
boop it.
Yeah.
We'll say at least 5 now.
Oh, the boxes for options are weird.
Let's go all the way up the chat.
Passengers.
One passenger
For me, it cast a passenger every 2 levels, and I'm caster level 7. So
Okay, so yeah, 5 people.
20.
Right,
20.
because it's okay. Or no, that'd be 4 people.
4
one
people,
caster
sorry,
and 1 passenger every 2 levels. Yeah, and you'll cast level 7. So
4
yeah.
including himself.
Okay,
Which still
so
not-
for which I mean that's pretty good. So I guess if we wanted to, we could all actually get over there pretty quick. If you fought some vessel, we don't have to really worry about it, and then I can just swim with my swimmy swims. So we could actually amend that. I was just concerned about like our ability to travel over there and then travel back if need be. But if you can float some vessel us over there as a group, that's not that bad actually.
Okay.
Good. I think your concern about you all being over there is valid still.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
I was
agree.
thinking because Hattie was using the net. But I guess
Yeah.
because that's
But
why I was
anyone could
thinking
throw
we
it,
send Hattie over
technically.
there. But yeah, I guess we just hand the big guy the net. Vibron could throw a net. He's
Yeah.
strong. He threw me. He can throw a net.
My light fell. It's staying fell. I ain't fucking with it. You're being too nice to us. We appreciate it though. Thank you.
Oh,
Don't believe
God.
me. There's no such thing as
That's
too
dope.
nice.
That's untrue, but it's fine.
No, there's a thing as people abusing your niceness. I don't think you can ever actually be too nice. I'm gonna stand by that statement. I don't think in any way you can be too nice. People can take advantage of you being nice, but
Hey, that's an opinion.
yeah,
Hmm.
happens to be mine. But
Nah, stand on it, bro.
I'm gonna. Oh, that's fine.
Dancing
All right, so
down.
then, all right, so Hattie and I'll stay
Yeah,
on shore.
we had big. I was like, what do I have bits.
You guys will go over there. I'm gonna cast the Shadow Whispers on all of us so we can talk. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself so I don't get 8 as easily. Yeah.
Okay, so and if it runs, the idea is just throw the net at it.
And
So
start
currently-
stabbing.
You won't really be in range to stab it if it's trying to escape.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
it's
fair.
the exit of the den is 30 feet down into the water.
Oh, yeah,
So-
okay.
Yeah. So currently the net has those the 4 water skins you turned into air bladders, so it floats. I'm assuming you're going to take those off, so that it'll actually sink when you throw it. Because otherwise, if you throw it, it'll just be on top of the water. It'll just swim off.
hmm
I'll use some
It does
rope
mean
on
it'll be
those.
harder to retrieve. Oh, you're going to tie some rope to it. Okay.
Well, no, I'm going to no to the repurposed air bladders, and I'm going to tie him to Eli's arms.
You mean little floaties? You mean I get
I'm
floaties?
going to give you water wings.
I'll take my floaties, thank you, sir.
Bleed floaties. So,
It'll be dumb, isn't it? Like something bad happens and he survives because of that, because he has damn floaties.
Bruh, I'll take it.
again. So, okay. So you kind of have your plan there.
Yeah.
And you're just going to flotsam vessel your way over? Is that
Yeah.
the plan?
So I got lots of those little.
Should we tie some rope to the net?
Yeah, make it retrievable. We could give it back to the village as well if it's like recoverable.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
because technically it's 4 of their nets. It's just
yeah,
they braided them together. Okay.
then let's do that too.
And you're not cut out again. So
50 feet? 50 feet of rope? Or do you use multiple lengths or what?
Are you talking to me?
All of you, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't make
Yeah.
that decision.
The internet cut out for a second for me. So
Oh, how
I missed
much
part of
rope
that.
are you using effectively? Like
Yeah.
just a 50-foot length, and then it'll have a limit
Enough.
of 50 feet will go out.
yeah. So 50 foot probably the standard. I'll take the plastic wrap off of one our own unopened.
Plastic wrap. It's gonna be tied in that really dumb way they tie up lengths of rope, where they're like all wrapped in this stupid way, and it's really hard to actually unravel them. Dude,
Why-
it's so dumb.
Yeah. Look, I tie my rope a certain way so I can go with it, and it
Yeah.
comes out loose. I mean,
Yes.
basically is unraveled if I can hurl it once.
That's the
That's the stuff that doesn't
my
get discussed either. Is like
best way to
whenever
do
you guys are like preparing for camp or like whatever, like that's somebody's having to do that. like
Yeah.
put
Yeah,
the rope
true.
back into a freaking proper spool, which
it. Sam,
takes a long ass time.
I mean, yeah, other people with high
Well,
school
no,
skills.
That's a thing that you don't need any kind of any knowledge to do. So it's probably a whoever.
Shh, I can't scam him into
You
doing
know?
the work if he knows that he's not the only one who can do it.
rope.
As a capitalist boss, it's my job to make people think they're the only people who can work, so I just get paid.
Look at this! Look at this fair weather capitalist over here. It's only when it's
Okay, Sam, we're gonna
Pay
start
no
paying you
attention.
less, but you're gonna start getting tips. Okay.
To all of my
Uh,
socialist leanings throughout the last 34 years of my life. Pay zero attention to that.
So okay.
I'm Samuel Goodman. I helped you. Would you please choose an option on this board? And this is like 10, 20, 25. Like,
Oh my god.
which one did you push?
Who's getting the survey? Like the people of the village you slayed an 8-egg for? Is like yeah.
Hey, Mr.
Anyway.
Guy, can you please
It's a
choose
9
one
out
of
of
these
10.
options?
What do you mean 9? I brought your animals back. I killed both 8 eggs. What more could I have done? Oh, I just don't believe in perfect 10s. And that's what kept
Oh,
the village
gosh.
on fire.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, cool. So
Yeah.
we know who's all going across. You said you're going to flotsam vessel, which you recovered, which is dope.
Look, I didn't go to college, but
That's-
one of those college professors are like, most people, 90% of the people here won't pass my class. I'm like, well, then you're a bad teacher. Like, and you're an old man, so I guess I'll have to beat you up.
So yes, we did the
So
ropes
other
on
than
the nets.
nets.
Yeah.
Other than the net with the rope, is there any other specific gear you're trying to bring over there with you? Because you won't have access to camp when you're, isolated over there.
I mean,
does Rabron gonna have the spears?
Yeah, he already had his own too.
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably leaving the animals that were bait in camp.
Yeah, because it's just gonna
No,
come
in
out to the
camp.
noise more than likely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's really, haha, you fools. He runs over there, eats those while we're destroying its den, then leaves. Like, oh, okay.
that would be some shit that would happen though. You know what I mean? Like if you're hunting a really smart animal, that would be the kind of shit that would happen. Anyway.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm in my deer stand in the tree, ready to, deer stand, hunting blind, ready to shoot, some feral pigs. Meanwhile, the feral pigs are eating the tires off my truck.
Exactly.
It's like, son of a bitch!
You're like there all day. I can fucking see it, man. Ugh.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
unfortunately for me and for the Anak, you already know its only entrance and exit it can get through, so it'd be tough for it to sneak past you. Whew, okay.
Now that it is daytime.
Yes.
Mm.
Correct. And the water is fairly clear. So it has the advantage of there being rain, but cool. So it's just you guys going, not taking any other specific stuff, just the nets and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then leaving
I will
the package.
Warn everybody. It's like, yeah, we are going to be on a boat on the water. Where it's peak, it's terrain, so keep an eye on that hole and see if it comes out while we're floating. Or floatsome.
Well,
Vessel.
floatsome.
Yeah, which it will travel that distance pretty quickly. I think it's. It actually gets going down stream. Yeah, it'll get through pretty fast. Excuse me. A bed. Cool. Anything else before you embark?
Not that I can
can't
think of.
anything, no. I don't think we were waiting to do anything else on the 8 corpse, right?
You were, but because you were still gonna get them all of its meat and throw it out into the woods and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
I think it's kind of if we end up killing this one or collapsing dinner end it, we don't have to really worry about that too much. I don't think.
Correct. Yeah.
So
I think that was all gonna wait till after this next venture.
Yeah,
I think you would have done that if you were just camping, waiting for the other one to come out, but you're actually doing something.
Yeah.
Cool. So I already rolled its perception. That's not bad, but it's not quite good enough for what it needed to get from as far away as it is from you. So you guys make it over to the roof, effectively, of its den. And as you're all hopping off of the raft over there, it is solid. The ground, like what you're standing on, it's very well packed. There's still some texture to it because all the bones and whatnot, so it's not even, right? It's not like it's smooth or anything like that because all these little knobs and stuff that jut out of it. But it does make it so that even though it's a little slick because of the constant rain and the fact that it is still dirt, because of the bones and stuff sticking out how they are, it does make it where the footing isn't quite as bad as you might have thought it would be. If you get, if something smacks into you pretty good, there's still a decent chance that you could slip. DC 5 reflex save if you take a solid hit. there's like a chance you could slip, and then that would hurt because then you're landing on like bones and packed earth. But it's not as bad as as you might have feared it would be. So you get out there. It is a. You have about a 50-foot diameter to work with before it, unless you're going to wade down into the water some, then you've got a lot more space. But if you're trying to stay completely out of the water, you got about 50 feet diameter. So like all the way across. So when you get over there, let's see. And you guys aren't trained in knowledge engineering, right? I think we established that.
But you had
No,
let
it's been
Verbrong
dungeon-
use dungeoneering
But yeah,
as a higher
I
DC.
also have dungeoneering.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
you're
we're
back at
not
the
in
shore.
Multiple
engineering.
of us have dungeoneering.
Yeah. But Eli's back at the shore, and we already gave out
Yep.
the info you got to, right? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. So you guys get over there. I don't know if there's any immediate setup or anything you want to do before we start throwing skills around.
I'm gonna boot my spells that I cast real quick, just because I already said I was casting them, but I should have booped them for good habits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna boot mine once I start actually doing the thing.
So use burrow, and I forgot, how long does that last? Was it minute? Per level?
Minute per level. Yeah.
You get 7 minutes of it. Okay. Nice.
There we go. There's dark shadows, and then here is
Oh, right.
my mage
Yeah,
armor.
it's
I'm
still
using
contact.
the minor spell expertise for that.
Nice. Nice.
I'm gonna use one of my blood points to feed myself today.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I think you're still good on your total, right?
Yeah, I'm now at
Yeah, then drop
11.
below half. Okay, cool. The mage armor, dark whisper, so you guys are still in contact. So you make it over there. That's how the ground is. Start kind of tromping around. Probably look up at Verbrong, wondering, where you should start digging. He's kind of walking around. He has like a bit of a puzzled look on his face.
I think it would be easier to know if I was on the inside, but that is not a good idea.
Oh.
From here,
He walked like a couple of different spots, and he seems to step really firm in a few places.
no, I think I understand where you need to dig. Yes.
He like walks right over to like, it almost like he's about to start wading down in the water, but he stops right at the edge and says,
Here, there is stone. Stone beneath here. And structure.
"Oh, God damn it!"
All right.
Hold on, we disconnected again.
Okay.
Any day now. Man, I really thought, I was like, oh, cool, the Ethernet thing is fixed. All right, it's back up.
Like,
Gotta keep an eye on it just to make sure that it doesn't start dropping frames. But okay. But yeah, he says that there's stone beneath where he's standing. He takes a few steps off. Grabs his axe and kind of like marks the space. He starts tromping off away from it.
Alright, I guess I'm ready. Start doing this. I'm trying to think of which one I'll do.
Just be careful, Sam.
All right. So I'll cast okay. Because these last the same amount of time, in theory, I'm gonna cast air bubble first. Because that way if air bubble runs out, I know I need to GTFO if I'm still in there.
There.
So cast air bubble. Save it. So that's good. I guess if I get trapped, I can do that again. There's a whole bit in the description about using a firearm with it, which I was like, oh, that's a fun idea.
Mm-hmm.
Burrow,
Casts burrow.
I don't get that one back, which is bad.
Subject can burrow at a speed of 15 feet, or 10 feet if wearing medium or heavy armor, which you're not, or carrying a medium and heavy load, which you're not, through sand, loose soil, or gravel, or at a speed of 5 feet through stone. Using burrow requires only as much concentration as walking, so the subject can attack or cast spells normally. The burrowing creature cannot charge or run. Excuse me. It has to specify that because normally if you have a burrow speed, if you have any kind of special speed, you can charge or run using it. Loose material collapses behind the target 1 round after it leaves the area. The spell does not give the target the ability to breathe underground, so when passing through loose material, the creature must hold its breath and take only short trips, or else it may suffocate.
Good thing you cast an air bubble.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's one of the things. Well, when I was looking at the spell, I was like, "Oh, how do I make this work?" And like in theory, I could just like dig and then like pop back up, dig, and do like strip mining technique of like, or not strip mining, where you dig in specific areas and you just weaken the structure altogether.
That was actually going to be my next question. Is your plan to do that, or are you actually excavating the dirt, like the dirt and bones and stuff you're digging through?
I figured I was going to dig a long, like, tunnel type system to really get in deep and really destabilize it in one good point.
So you're like, you're weak, you're not excavating, you're just loosening all the dirt by digging through it. Okay.
Yeah. Which I don't have to come up for air thinginess, so
Okay, so you dig down where wrong indicated. First round. So effectively, I'm counting this as difficult terrain for your burrowing because you do have to like scoop all these bones and shit out of the way as you're going.
Yeah.
But the dirt's not a problem. Like normally this would take several minutes to get any progress.
Yeah. This is sand, soil, gravel, and rock, but nothing about bone. So
right. And if the bones were like fully petrified or something, then I'd be like, whatever. They kind of count as
or decomposing
stone at that point.
Whatever,
Yeah. And some do, but there's still enough in there that are an obstacle. That does unfortunately lower the speed of how fast you can burrow. When we're working with difficult terrain, anytime you round, you're rounding down. So instead of 15 feet, you're getting 5 per round. However, you have 70 rounds of this, so you have a lot of time, thankfully. So, excuse me. For the first round, since all you're doing is digging, you could effectively double move. So you get like 10, you have like 10 feet worth of space you can go. After you get, we'll say about 7 down, that's when you hit rock. And Varbrong's already wandered off to like look for like the next, like the spot to kind of indicate where you should move next. You hit the rock, and that's where it's like, shit, it's going to take you a little bit longer to get through that. Lamia, what are you doing while this is happening?
Sorry. Lamia is keeping an eye out, like watching for movement, bubbles not bursting, but like appearing, or movement in the water and such like that of where the den opening is.
Yep. Cool. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
You are.
18. Okay, keeping the 18.
You cool if I roll a luck, guys?
Go for it.
I just wanted to get past 20.
22. 22 is very solid. Sorry, I had to boot my dog.
Yeah, my internet's being difficult still. So.
Wonderful. Okay. Excuse me. 22 is a solid perception check. At the moment, you don't see anything, but you are keeping an eye out. Cool. So for Sam, while you're digging, like I said, you run into rock. Are you gonna try to clear the stone, like dig until it's no longer stone, or is there like a certain amount of it you want to try to dig through?
I might go.
You're currently mechanically 5 feet down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just trying to destabilize the whole thing, so I think I'd dig at least partial way through it. Like, I don't know exactly if I'm hitting like bedrock or not bedrock, but you know what I mean. Of like,
it is.
Well, yeah.
It's. I wouldn't call it bedrock.
Yeah.
It
Well,
is
you know what I mean. Though. It's like
mostly
a solid. Yeah. A solid layer
It's like
of rock, yeah.
large solid stone segments is what you've run into. Yeah. They're clearly
typically
pressed together, so they're obviously acting as like some amount of structure, but it's not like one single piece.
I like one piece. Yeah, I'll probably at least do like
down into it. Go ahead.
Like a round or two of digging, because it's 5 feet per round if it's solid. So
yeah, in this case,
and 10 feet is a lot. And technically, loose material fills that area once I'm leaving, so it would be easier to go back up through it.
Yes. Yeah, because at that point you'd have already thrown the bones everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're digging through that.
Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. If you have a detail you want to clarify.
Well, I'm just thinking because the way I see it working, because it doesn't really describe it, is the soil and whatever is magically moving away or either disappearing or whatnot. And once I leave that area, it appears back behind me just in a loose form. Now, with bones and things, it's already behind me. With rocks and stuff, I'm assuming it's coming back as gravel and not solid stone. I don't know how that would work. So
yeah, you are physically digging through it with the aid of magic. So it's like, to Sam, this feels like you're like able to reach just straight in. Like, you feel the dirt, but your hands press through it like they're made to do so. And so then when you take these big scoops, you're not getting just like a handful. You can get like a huge swath of it cleared away at once. So when you start doing, with both hands and whatnot, you can clear a lot of it behind you very quickly. And of course, you have this air bubble, so you can breathe even as you start getting deeper and deeper down into it very fast. But of course, that dirt still goes somewhere, right? The complication is that there's all these bones and shit you kind of having to throw and toss out of the way as they get caught, either in your armor or you have to grab onto them and move them out of the way. That I imagine you're tossing and not just pushing behind you, but that's up to you.
I don't know what I would do. I have a weird like
all decisions. So.
Yeah. Anyway, we're at this. We're at the solid. Yeah, we're at the solid point. So
what is he doing with the bones?
I'm just trying to think of like 3-dimensionally. You said toss. I'm like, well, I can't toss them because
the first 5 feet you could have.
Yeah, the first ones I could. Yeah, but once I'm past that 5 feet, there's a loose packed area of soil behind me, so I can't toss anything at that point. So
at that
would
point,
have to be,
no.
Yeah.
But in that first section, I don't know what you.
Yeah, probably would be yeeted. I guess I don't know.
Okay, so you're not just like leaving them behind you. So they won't be
obviously, I'm not just gonna. If they're able to be moved out of the way, then they would be moved out of the way.
Yeah. So
and the rest, I try to get past the best I can. So
for the rest of you, Sam's digging. like as was described, he seems to just be able to reach down into this, and you see him like occasionally he'll struggle for a second and then hair up like there's like a skull and like a freaking animal pelvis out of nowhere, just like gets ripped out of the ground and then like heaps of dirt. And pretty quickly there, in less than a minute, you see that his head's disappeared beneath the like the top of that. That hasn't filled in yet because he's still got enough space, but a few seconds later, he starts to slow down. You see like some dirt like coming up that he's like kind of throwing behind him, and then you start seeing effectively handfuls of gravel start to pop up as he has to try to dig through this stone. So to you, Lamy, obviously you're keeping an eye down there, but I imagine there's the occasional like glance back to check how he's doing. And you can see these like mounds next to the hole that he's dug, and he's like throwing handfuls of gravel and stuff behind him. Some of it is starting to slide back in at that point. It's not the loudest thing you've ever heard from where you are, but it is audible. The sound of that much earth being moved at once, collision of just like hands against like the calcium of bone, stones scraping against each other, like some of it being crushed and separated. It's not a quiet thing. It's like loud churning and thuds and whatever. So you can imagine that is much louder on the inside, depending on how thick this material is. Like obviously the rest of it's going to muffle it quite a bit, but as it gets closer, that's going to get more and more obvious on the inside. So he's working on that. You're doing this. You see Brong walks a little ways over, and Sam, you can barely hear him as he's like shouting over the rain. He says, "Sam, this way." And you can kind of tell what direction his voice is coming from. But of course, you're digging a little bit further down first, but you can still have an idea about where to go. I just need a quick... Technically, that's a survival check. That is technically a survival check. I need a survival check from you. Okay, that's really high. Would you like to keep your 30?
Yeah.
Okay. You're pretty easily able to orient yourself. The one thing that's really frustrating about this is the rain, honestly. Like, the bones you knew were going to be an issue, and you always know the rain's a problem with these sorts of things, but it's so constant that it's sort of easy to put it out of your mind after a while. But Sam's very adept at this stuff. So obviously the casting of air bubble was very helpful, but you can tell that this big ass hole you're digging is starting to fill up a little bit as even the dirt gets behind you. So it is making things a little slick when you're trying to like grab onto something and move it out of the way or whatever. It's a little annoying, but it's nothing you can't handle, especially with this spell in place. Cool. So it's another round. So you get 10 feet down. At that point, you're mostly surrounded by stone. You do have a bunch of earth now kind of filling in on top of you, because you are a total of 15 feet down. You're not deep enough that it's going to start crushing you or anything like that. It's loose enough, and you cleared out that very top layer. But at this point, going straight down further, especially with the rain and stuff coming in, could get pretty dangerous. So I imagine that's the point where you start going towards where you heard Verbrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, so we're not going to have to do this round by round by round. Just kind of wanted to establish the pattern there. We are going to put this in skill challenge terms here. It's actually much more minor than that. You guys have a pretty good setup going. So I guess at that point, because it's really just, Sam, you're digging, so I know what checks you're going to have to make. Verbrong is kind of acting as like your spotter, like up on land, hollering stuff down at you. Which, thankfully, you have that Shadow Whispers thing going. So he's yelling at you, but you can hear him through the spell. He just obviously doesn't still internalize how it works. So you hear like a muffled Verbrong yell from far away, but you also hear like the Shadow Whisper telling you what he's saying. So kind of what you guys are doing. Is Lamia just sticking to the perception, or are you going to do anything to try to assist with the digging?
For the most part, she is keeping on the perception, but like the dirt's that's falling back into the hole, she kind of wants to kick away. If she can do both at the same time.
You
No?
can't
Okay.
kick. It's a 5x5 cube of dirt each round he digs. That's way too much to kick away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to be actually over there scooping it out to be able to assist.
Well,
And you have no tools.
someone needs to keep an eye out still, so she
You have
will
Eli
whisper
and
like
Hattie over there, but go ahead. They're not at the thing, but they can see where you are.
yeah, but they can't really help with the dirt.
No, you said someone needs to keep an eye out.
Oh, that's what okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Then she'll whisper like, "Hey, Hattie or Eli, can you please keep an eye out? Yell if the 8-8 comes up." And she wants to. I know she doesn't have any tools, but try and get the dirt to not fall into the hole. So, I guess she'll use her halberd as like a as a makeshift kind of shovel.
Ah, yes.
You know,
Heirloom.
you would
Yeah.
know you'd be better off with your hands in this case.
Okay, then that's fine. She'll use her hands.
Yeah. Like, if you were having to try, if it was like actual, if it was still packed, then it makes sense to like hack down at it and loosen it, and then, but at this point it's loose, so you're just scooping it out with your hands. Dave.
Sorry, if my dog could be asked to dig in primarily one spot exactly, we'd get through there easy. But no, he just digs where he feels like.
Right? Yeah.
Look, this is
You just had a druid, you know. You have a lot of
Yeah.
animals to pick
If,
from.
if
that can
only,
dig.
if only I was a druid.
Mhm. Look, Sam has ideas now for like, he was like, oh yes, I can just defoliate my way through the woods to make a path to town. He might just make a tunnel to town now.
Uh,
he might intercept the cat tunnel and just be like, oh.
All I'm saying is, if I was a druid, I would wild shape into a shoebill stork, and you could use me like a shovel, like this is the Flintstones.
It's a living.
Right. But okay.
For
So,
some
so
reason,
with
I thought
Lamia
you're saying a shoe bill. You were just gonna make machine gun noises.
All over the place, yeah.
So with Lamia assisting, that does help alleviate the only other complication I could have added to that. Damn. Okay. So,
The only negative thing I could see possibly of her removing dirt from the hole is when I try to get out. If I'm coming out the same way I got in, of like, oh, I can't get up as high because there's no dirt around me.
the thing is, it is around you. You're just not in it, so you could technically still burrow through because you're surrounded by it. You're just kind of it's more of a climb if we're gonna be technical. If it was just one side or two sides, I would say you're still climbing. But since it'd still be and it won't be a perfect because she's using her hands. It won't be like a perfect tunnel down. It's just to help it like not collapse. And it also means that it's not going to flood, at least not as effectively as it would have. So,
Which, hey,
fine.
it doesn't really matter if there's water down there because I still have the air bubble.
Flooding causes other problems.
Yeah,
because this was all packed, right? And so you dug down and then over. The flooding can mess with the stability of the tunnel you're making.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
it could have
at
caused
least-
the collapse, but
At least
I think
Lamia's not
it's-
keeping an eye out for the 8 anymore. We have to rely on Hattie and Eli, who's further away.
With
Which I
my
do need a
great
perception check.
score.
You're gonna get a +2 from Hattie. For perception there, Eli. It could have caused a premature collapse of the tunnel. Was the risk?
Oh, I'm doing
is that
such a
with the
good job
+2?
of looking out. Yeah, that's with the +2.
You gonna keep your 10?
12.
Woo! Yep. All right. Cool. So yeah, that was the other thing. That's what I was gonna say before we got disconnected. The thing that's going on with Verbrong, and I'll just give you guys. So, Avarak are Rakog and Avar. He has stone cunning. So anytime he is near any kind of stonework within 10 feet, he gets to make a check, and it's like a DC 10. So I made it in private because I was waiting to bring that up, but yeah, that's where that's actually coming from.
Nice.
The dungeoneering was a red herring, but anyway,
I like herrings.
they're pretty
I
good.
don't know.
So cool. Anyway, so with him as a guide, and he's already made his main check. Is there even a point in having you roll more survivals? There is. Okay. Okay, so for Lamia, I will need... No, strength doesn't make sense. This would be a constitution check. You're just rapidly clearing dirt. Get 100% humidity.
I'll
15?
keep that. I think that's fine. I think.
15's alright. 15's alright. Okay. And then for Sam, I need... the spell means I can't really tax you on the stamina too much.
Because it's like you're moving normally, like
Yeah,
whatever.
for you, it's walking through dense foliage, effectively, is what it is for you. I will say, at the current depth, you are still in the stone. So you've moved, you're 15 feet down, and you've moved, this is like the next round or so, we'll say you move like 5 feet over, you can tell you're still in the stone. And then I'll get to the description after this. Cool. So yeah, for you, I'm just gonna have you do another survival, and then a Constitution check, but the DC is really low.
Another survival, you said?
Yeah, correct.
It's lower than the last
20.
one.
It is lower than the last one. You're keeping the 28?
Yeah.
Okay. It's enough.
Is it above
Alright,
a 25? Yeah. Like,
And then,
I'm
then a
not gonna
Constitution
spend
check.
luck on that. No, con.
Yeah, which technically endurance applies to both of your con checks here.
Oh shit, what is that again? A +2 or 4?
4. It's +4.
I can't remember. It's been a minute.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
good. And another one, you said?
Nope.
Yes,
That was you and Lamia.
Oh,
Okay. And
So you need
then-
another one from me?
No, you already did yours.
Oh,
I just
okay.
need to roll a check for Mr. Edek again. And I know what he needs. There's a really good chance of getting it. Cool. Alright.
sorry, I have a very specific thing for people that lived at a certain area when they got out of high school of what this
The
might sound like. Remember when the neighbor kids would run up and down the stairs?
Oh yeah, I do remember
Yep.
And I
that.
just imagine the 8 being like whack
Fucking
on
fur
the
elephants.
wall of his den.
Right.
They're like,
Uh,
Knock it off.
Yeah.
Okay. So he got 23 total. Okay, cool. I know what that means. Okay, so to give a bit of description here. So you start to burrow towards where you hear Verberong.
yeah.
And it takes a few more rounds, and then you finally get out of where there's stone. And behind you, you can definitely hear the like shifting of like the rock and like the earth and stuff that's kind of tumbling back in behind you. Lamia, while you're up there, throwing all this dirt and stuff out, getting to the point where now you've stepped down, so you're like hip deep into the hole that he's dug, and the footing isn't necessarily the most stable, so you're probably not going to stay in there. You'll probably have to move over some. You may be running out of how much you can actually help with this pretty soon. But you're you'll get at least this next layer of chunks of rock and shit out of there. You start tossing those out, but you see, you visibly see Verberong has walked a little bit further and starts yelling again. You can see part of the ground actually sink in slightly, in a line that direction, so you can kind of tell where Sam has been. It isn't like a drop. You can just kind of see it sag a little bit. And as that's happening, you can sort of feel yourself sink down some. Give me a perception real quick. Oh,
Guys,
look,
I'm turning Pathfinder into there's a bot?
There's a bot.
get out of here, butt.
I don't even see it. It's weird.
27. Keeping it
Alright.
27.
For some reason the chat's not published. Anyway,
Yeah, my
let
chat's not
me-
updated or something.
Let me mod this boy.
Do you guys mind if I roll luck?
Go for it.
Darn.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, it's not in the
No.
chat anymore. Somebody must take care of it before I got to.
I
Yeah.
saw a bot earlier, but when I went to go ban it, it disappeared.
Yeah, same. That's what just happened to me too.
Self-banning bots? That's dope. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Cool. So the 29. Okay, so as you thunk for a second, there was immediately a worry of oh shit, I think you're thinking maybe the tunnel's about to collapse, Worth or something like that, just on this side, and he's obviously not done. But you're perceptive enough. You notice that like the dip that you're seeing, it's sagged a little bit and then stopped. You're still sinking because you're standing in loose dirt. So they aren't actually related. It was just kind of a moment of like, oh fuck, oh no, wait, no, it's fine. So if you roll really low, I would have given you false information. But so yeah, seems like it's still relatively stable, other than obviously he's having an effect. You get those last like few big chunks of like stone and whatnot out. Keep pulling your feet out of it, and you can tell you're like mashing into this like mud and whatnot now. But that's about as much as you're going to help, unless you're going to start burrowing as well, which you really shouldn't. So you climb up out of that little hole, and what are you going to do at that point?
Go back to guard duty. I will ask, hey, have you guys seen anything different out here? In whisper form to Eli and Hattie.
Nope.
That's weird. Why hasn't the 8 reacted at all yet? It's fine. And then Lamia will go back to guard duty.
Yep. So you walk back over there. Varbrong yells at you. And then you just... Because you're hearing the whisper and the yell, it actually makes it kind of harder to tell what he was saying. But then it becomes very clear as he like tosses you the net thing, because you're the one standing over by the entrance and he's having to walk around. So you now have the net.
Yes. Okay, so I will keep the perception up, but this time I will ready to be able to throw the net if I see the 8 moving its way out of the den. I will type that in.
Roll your perception.
Yeah.
$15's pretty good.
Man, I hope someone voted. I hope someone voted for me.
15 is pretty good. It's still better than what Eli got.
It sure is.
And you're closer. So would you like to keep your 15?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So yeah, you get back to where you were standing, and oh my gosh! Holy shit, Lamia.
Yeah.
You almost killed another animal unintentionally. There's a snail in your spot. Dave, what kind of snail does Lamia run into? That's in her spot now.
This snail is, the reason she almost stepped on it too, is it has a bone-colored shell so that it can camouflage in, but she noticed it because the body is, this like almost sky blue color.
Blue and bone. Okay. But don't worry, Lamia. That snail has probably been keeping guard about as effectively as you guys are.
Yeah, good to hear. Good to hear.
You don't share a language is the main issue. Cool. So, any other complications I could think of? You kind of bypassed all the other ones I had.
Do I strike oil?
Not nowhere near. Right?
Does the U.S. have a reason to invade?
Right, you start hearing fucking helicopter.
Good.
Blackhawks fortunate son that are playing Fortunate Son.
You hear the 8 start humming Fortunate Son.
Oh my gosh. Yep. There we go.
Okay. So funny. Cool. Anyway. So yeah, you continue to dig. With Varbrong's guidance, you do hear you are running into more of those spots that are stone, which do take up quite a bit more time to get through. But you can definitely tell as you're like kind of chewing through these damn things with your magic hands right now. you can tell that they seem to
Maybe I had
shift a
magic
lot
hands
more.
before that. No.
You shift a lot more dirt when you
Yeah.
get through the rock. And so like those do seem to be something that like the 8 probably used as part of their deck when they were making it. And the other good thing is it's not like once you destroy it, it's not a thing they can replace. So like even if let's say this one does get away or other 8 try to move in, they have to start from scratch. They wouldn't have like you're breaking whatever this like foundation it is that they use, this like stone piece over here. You're like tearing it up, so like they wouldn't even have it to build back on. Cool. So anyway, all right, we'll do this. So Sam, give me a perception check while you're digging down there.
Perception.
4. Okay. Keep them 24.
Yeah. Yeah, it's low for me, but I'm not gonna.
Okay. And you have your vision is normal, right? You don't have anything giving you low light or dark vision, right?
No, probably not, because I can't see anything because it's dirt.
Yeah.
like,
Even like in the little bit of space you have is
Yeah.
like dark, right? So
yeah.
So you're going off
I think I'm
entirely
working
off
by-
of sound.
Yeah, I think I'm working by touch and sound mostly.
Okay. So then this would be purely tactile. Okay. Nice. I don't know how big this thingamajig is. I should have checked that first. If it's as small as I think it is, then
I intentionally hit a badger mole from Avatar.
Yep.
And a badger mole and an 8 are gonna have a fight. The badger mole's probably gonna sweep. Them
Right.
are like, I think they're if 8 are huge or large creatures. I think
they're large, yeah.
yeah, badger moles are one size category larger.
And they can
Yeah, I think they'd be huge.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I would count them as huge from my memory of how big
Yeah.
they are. Yeah.
We're talking
Okay.
like normal human to elephant. It's bigger than an elephant, I believe. So
And you said you're not using luck, right?
yeah, no, not besides my normal me luck.
I don't know what that means, but
I'm lucky.
Oh, I gotcha. Which does not affect this. Cool.
No, no.
Okay, so yeah. Unfortunately, nothing. Unfortunately, nothing. It was a very small. It was a very, very tiny object. Okay. So,
Oh, like something in.
Well,
the
I
bone
shouldn't say.
or whatever.
I shouldn't say nothing. Instead, what I'll say is I need a reflex save from you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Reflex. Reflex is what 27.
Fucking hell. Okay.
I have tax evasion.
Okay. All right.
Or evasion, but you know what I mean.
Really high. Okay. I set that DC really fucking high. That still beats it. Okay, so what happens is like as you're like, digging through like the stone and whatnot, there are little spaces where it's not rock. Like I said, there are like several large rocks that are kind of pressed together. So there's little pockets of like dirt and other stuff, but you can't see any of it, so you don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
But you can tell that your finger catches something like round in one of these little non-stone pockets as you're passing through it. And there's a moment as like you're gonna just keep digging because maybe it's just like a rock or something that was under there loose.
Yeah.
but the way that like it presses to the other stone as you're digging through, something tells you might not want to crush whatever this is. Like it kind of doesn't feel right. So you adjust your hand a little bit and try to see if you can like grab whatever it is maybe and like pocket it or something, like whatever this little round thing is.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you sort of like let it slip past your hand so you don't crush it and like dig some of the rock out of the way and then try to find it again, you've lost it. You don't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't explode, so that's good. So you continue to dig. Okay.
I'm just imagining, like, oh yes, I'll just dig through this. I'll just dig through all this, good soil on this former World War II battleground or battlefield. Was this a ring? Ping! Into just digging, put finger through a grenade, or whatever.
Like I'm trying to think of a better way to describe it. Oh, so okay, okay, so we've all like washed grapes before, right? Like a whole bunch of them.
Hmm.
So imagine you're washing grapes in the dark and you feel one, you're like, oh shit, that might have been a rotten grape, but you like dropped it and then you start feeling around through the rest of them and you don't find it again. It's kind of like that. You've just been digging through the same texture and then something was a little off, but then when you go back to try to grab it, it's gone. Yeah. Molly, I've gone through 2 drinks. I don't have another water up here, okay?
Oh, I've got more beverage.
I'm sick of kid thing.
I have summoned a Diet Coke. That's my real power.
What do I drink?
I was talking to one of my coworkers about diet drinks because I was offering him a Dr. Pepper because I had a Dr. Pepper can.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm really more of a Diet Dr. Pepper person. And he's like, that's weird. And I was like, no.
It's not. Have you had Dr. Pepper? It's bad. No.
Yeah. No, it's like, no, I live with a guy who drank all diet drinks. So, like, Diet Fanta, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Diet Dr. Pepper, there
Whatever
are certain ones that I know are good,
Yeah.
And I was like, Diet Coke is not one of them. Diet Coke is bad.
I have this.
You should feel bad.
This blackberry one. I'm not that big a fan of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I got a lot of it, so.
I haven't tried the diet version of that drink, but I like the normal version.
Well, that's okay. I haven't tried the normal version of anything, so there you go.
Not a long time, at least.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you last time I had a regular soda. It's been forever.
Anyway, I put my hand through a floor grape and
a floor grape, yeah. Okay, then Marty, I already know what 8 is doing. Cool. So Sam, I need another perception as you're digging. This is taking a long time, by the way. It's already been several minutes. But
hopefully not more than my
spells, so you'll know.
Yeah.
Well, because you'll know one's one before the other, right? So
yeah. Ooh.
Which you also know when your spells are ending. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But you want to keep your 37, or would you like to go for the 40?
Nah.
Okay.
Maybe
Son of a
someday,
bitch.
but not. Yeah.
Okay, so this time when you feel the floor grape, you know better. Close your hand around it this time, and you kind of roll whatever this is around in your hand for a second, and it definitely is a small spherical, like I say small, it's a very tiny little spherical object. Kind of roll around in your hand for a minute. Obviously, you have no way to figure out what it is, so you stuff it in a pocket or something.
It's another coin, Sam.
The coin wouldn't be a sphere; it'd be a flat circle.
Yeah.
Or could it be?
It's a marble out of a
coin. You know that is a marble.
Fantasy marble coins.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it a coin.
It's the fucking
freaking flat Earth Giselle over here.
What are the fucking gambling things in Japan called? The gambling ball bearing machines?
Pachinko or whatever?
Yeah, but it's a pachinko ball.
Right.
Yes, the pachinko ball.
It's pretty tiny though. You like roll around your hand for a second. It's obviously perfectly spherical, so it's not just like a rock. So you pocket that, you like pull like the drawstring on the pouch, and
I'm like, oh, figure out what that is.
make sure you keep it. Fuck, 37 is so high. That beats it by 10. So you continue digging, and then like as you are, you're like, holy shit! Hold on a second. You go a little bit slower, you're a little more careful. Your spell's not running out just yet. You have time. So you go a little bit more careful. You start like burrowing a little bit to your sides, and like maybe a little bit back behind you. Just like what else am I missing? Because just imagine like there's no visibility.
Yeah.
So there's that moment of like, am I in rock or something that seems like rock? Like where am I? Like that where am I moment. But your survival's good enough that like you keep your orientation pretty good. So you feel around for a minute, and yeah, you find more of these little spheres. In fact, as you're digging around, you keep like running, like swatting your fingers through something that also doesn't quite match, but you keep sort of shoving it out of range. You finally capture whatever this is, manipulate it a little bit, and you realize that, oh, you're holding maybe leather. Kind of work on it for a second and realize, yeah, this is probably a pouch that has been ruptured and rotted. It's like it's coming apart as you pull it apart, but you can tell by its like texture and whatnot, it's some kind of leather, like it's some kind of pouch that's completely open that these have spilled out of. All in all, you end up finding 6 of these little spheres. That you were pretty sure must have come out of this pouch. What the fuck that's doing underground? Hard to say. Might have been like a rotted body that had it on it that they just put on this pile and eventually became bones, whatever. But it's down there. But wait, you were digging through stone. Bodies don't... Like, why would there be a body in stone? Whatever. Your spells have limited time. You gotta keep digging. So, cool. So you continue after that. You don't have to make any more perception checks. That was the thing. In that area especially. Okay, so you get through that next section. I need one more survival, one more constitution, and then I'll get to our perceptioners outside. Total of 20.
Y'all mind if I roll luck on that one?
Nope, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead. Cool. You got the max at least.
Yeah. I don't know
We're
why, but
almost
like,
gone.
like 22 sounds better than 20 to me on that.
So I'm slipping. I forgot to put this in. You have 6 more luck than that.
That's what I thought, but I was like,
I didn't think that. I didn't
Not a
know
call.
nothing.
Well, I saw that Terran alien had got not retrieved.
Redeemed.
Thank you. Them way earlier, but
Yeah, I clocked it, but then I forgot to do it at that moment, so I saw my note. I was like, oh, let me do that now. But you would have known when you rolled that luck that you had 6 more, so I'm not going to cheat you on that. Keeping the 16?
Yeah,
Is that with endurance?
that's with endurance. Even.
Cool. It is still enough at the moment. Again, magic. And then it's 24 survival. Okay. And with Bronze plus 2, that is just enough. So you stay on track. That shadow whispers is actually kind of clutch for that. Because otherwise he'd be very difficult to hear even with his voice. Okay, I'm not gonna keep dragging it out. Honestly, I think you're good at this point, Sam. I think you're good. You are on track to accomplish what you've set out to do. So let's get out here to the perception folks.
Perception.
So Eli and Hattie both standing over there on the shore. Hattie is... You've worked with her long enough that you can tell that she's like quiet pouting because she got left on the shore. But hasn't like voiced it, but like you can just kind of tell as you're over there, like occasionally small talk or whatever, just the way her responses are. You're like, okay, she doesn't want to be over here. She wants to be in the action or over with her boyfriend or whatever. Like she's not having fun over here.
Yeah.
But Eli's a good enough employer, I imagine. Like you're trying to kind of keep, he's probably like talking to her to like keep her mind off or whatever, or whatnot. Even though you guys are still looking out here looking for stuff.
Yeah.
Occasionally pointing out a thing. Ooh, a fish. You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Unfortunately, both of you are pretty distractible folks. So,
I mean, that is true. Yeah.
there is a point where a fish, an interesting looking fish, swims by, and it gets your attention because at first, with it raining and with you being on edge, you think, "Oh shit, it's the thing," but no, it's not big enough. It's actually pretty close to the surface, so you know it's not as big as an 8-ank. What kind of fish is that? You haven't seen one of these out here. It's all like silvery looking. I don't say it'd be good eating. It's a pretty decent sized fish, and it's getting awful close to the shore. Like this is a brave ass fish. Oh, it jumped out of the water and ate a bug. Holy shit! What fish is this? Y'all are both a little distracted. Unfortunately, right about that time, Lamia, you standing over on the den, glance back, see there's another part of it kind of sinks down. Here if I'm wrong, over them. Like, okay, cool, they're making progress. And then you look back down into the water. It's not dark down there, but the water's pretty clear. But like the rain causes so many ripples that it's kind of tough to really see underneath the surface. But I mean, you don't want to put your face in the water. Like you'd be able to see a lot better. But what kind of crazy maniac would put their head in the water when they know an 8-ank is in it? Like that would be wild. Why would you ever? So yeah, no one would do that. So, especially if you're not built different. Like why would you ever? So you're just kind of, just getting through it, just hoping that whatever movement under the surface is drastic enough that it will stand out. And it does. But only at about the last possible second.
Cool.
You notice, yeah, there's something in the water. And then it's not in the water. Because it's lunging up out of it to bite at you as you're looking into it.
You know what? Fair.
So, just tell you, so the 8-ank did come out when it heard the noise. Unfortunately, it was missed. And then it spent some time just swimming around, seeing if it was noticed, and it wasn't. So it's like, I'm gonna try to bite her. I'm gonna try to do it. So we're gonna see how it pays off. Let me.
Didn't she have an action prep to throw the net if she saw the 8-ank?
Yeah,
she's being surprised.
Yeah, it's a surprise round.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to ask.
Yeah. Yeah, if she had spotted it, then her thing would have gone off. But yeah.
Okay.
Get him on the token layer.
Oh, Lord.
You know what? We don't need this. I don't need that. I still had on the GM layer. I still had the fucking big ass entangle thing, so it was just in the way of everything. All right, cool. So there's it. Let me actually get y'all kind of over where you're sort of at. Kind of. Not really. All right, so it's gonna make a bite attack versus your flat-footed.
What is my flat-footed? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't
I had
don't
to.
don't make that space, Sam. It's very rude.
What? No, I had to check to see.
What the number was?
No, because I thought my internet had cut out again. So I was like, I heard the roll, then nothing, and I was like, what's going
I'm
on?
like, oh no, yeah.
Like either my internet cut out or he rolled a 2. One of two things happened.
Damn it. Okay. Okay.
Look, you can pretend you rolled a 15.
I can still hit your
plus 2.
flat-footed, right? Yeah, that's a 21. That is your flat-footed.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Woo! So got 2 more of them. Jesus fuck. A 2, man. All right. Anyway, okay. So he bites you. He gets the bite.
So you bite.
Homage. Not a crit. Not even close. All right. So you take 11 points of damage, and he is going to attempt to get a hold of you. Which is very good. You know, I shouldn't even say shit. I shouldn't say a damn word. Like, I feel pretty safe with the 28 grapple check. I feel pretty
Against
secure in that.
CMD, right?
Of course.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. You are grappled by the 8-ank. Yanks you into that space. So you're not swimming. You're not like in the water yet. It's like up. It's like up to your like mid thigh at that point. So yeah. Unfortunately, Sam, you're underground. You don't see any of this shit happen. You're busy. Varbrong, of course, sees it. So you hear him, shout. And of course, all of you hear that. And Eli, you and Hattie, of course, no longer paying as much attention to the fish, look back across and can obviously see what's happening. Cool. So there's that. So Lamia is mostly, from your view, is mostly eclipsed by the 8-ank having leapt up out of the water, snapped onto like her arm and shoulder, like part of her head, which thankfully she has that crazy beak helmet, which seems to be the only reason her whole head isn't in its mouth. Which Panda, what the hell was that fucking helmet named again? You said it last time, and I forgot what it was.
Hound skull? Hound
Thank you.
Something?
And it but yeah, you guys see that, and you can see that it's like clamped down and is like starting to pull back towards the water, like tails like squishing to like drag itself back into the water. And you mostly just see like the halberd arm flail for a second as she's like trying to keep her balance. Cool. Let's see how this goes. We're mostly trying to see what initiatives look like. Alright, so everybody click your mini.
Woo, mini.
And then go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, I need to select. There we go.
Hound skull.
I'll roll mine
bassinet.
I rolled bad. Sam
Okay, so
rolled
everyone's
good.
rolling terrible. And the one guy who really can't do much about the situation rolls fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Alright, we'll roll
As
for
one
Varbrong.
does.
Varbrong rolled really good. Damn. Okay.
Good for Brown. Thanks, buddy.
And then Hattie will roll. And nat 20s. And then, alright, 8-8. Come on, nat 28 8. I should have rolled his before.
I wish I was over there. You said he was going to roll his last, so.
Yeah, I did. That's not. It's not good.
Oh, I
That's not a-
tied.
I think you have a higher bonus.
I think
could
because maybe
I
I'm
could
higher
beat
level,
it.
maybe.
I could beat it. I could beat it. But I almost never have dice. This is like his. I'm fucking him rolling it. This is his only chance. Okay, well. he's
Do you
got
guys
11.
mind if I roll luck then?
You can't do it after I roll.
Why not?
You can't use your damn luck after I've rolled my danger die. You gotta roll yours first.
Okay, fine.
That's why I ask you if you're keeping your thing. Fuck, I didn't ask you. Okay, fine. You can do it.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
You don't ask us
if
really
you
if,
wanna do
if we're
it.
going to keep our initiative roll, do you?
I hate you.
gosh.
It's going to be a
It's
weird
funny.
thing that hangs over into other games now. Like, are you keeping that initiative? What?
It's so funny.
Oh my god, Snake. Snake gave you Yanshi's blessing too.
Oh, but at least Snake also gave you a peril.
I do appreciate that. I don't have many. Okay, cool. So
Question hat.
that means
Quite a few,
so-
actually.
So Sam's first. I don't know what you can do here either, bro. I don't know. Yeah. So you just keep digging like they got it.
I got like, I have no idea how long I have left on this dig as well, because whatever.
Yeah. And to be fair, you do this. You have a job to do. This is it.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna. I can't stop now, because if I stop now, it'll be tomorrow before I can start again. So,
And then
either that or we try to like destabilize this whole some other way. So I'm just gonna, I guess, for my turns, I'm gonna keep digging, which is
Okay,
gonna suck because it takes a long time.
no, that's valid.
Now that
That's
we're going
valid.
by turn basis, yeah.
At least for now. That's valid. All right. So then
Since
Hattie
I'm
gets
doing
to
that,
go.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom. So
Yeah, you're good. Okay, so you guys would be. I should put you where you actually are. You guys would be down here. Hattie has 2 fucking standard actions. Holy shit. Okay. That's a long throw. But she has a spear thrower for a reason. Good lord, Snake. Are these all you, bro?
Yeah, they're all him. I stopped counting after 7. So hey, you finally have a lot of curses of peril for the first time in like months.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make. But like, watch. I'm gonna have to make these last until the end of the campaign. Like, but hey, being loaded up is pretty good. I'm gonna just have to be I'm gonna have to be sparing. So with Hattie, with her spear thrower, that gives her a range of, I think that makes. Let me just look. Set a guess. Because javelin's already 30, and then. Oh, it doubles the range increment. So that's it's literally in her first range increment. She can throw without penalty.
Nice.
That's it's benefit of the fucking spear thrower if you're gonna use throne as your main deal. Okay. I think all of her other stuff is correct. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 throws from Hattie. Let me make sure her macros are right. I think I fixed them last time. Arrow plus 6. Yeah, plus 6. Cool. Okay, she rolled a 4. That's not good. That is not good enough. Second javelin. That time she rolled a 19. That's much better. It's both standard actions. Standard action throw 1, and standard action throw 2 from her nat 20. And a 21 is what she needed. So that's a hit. I did not make her a macro for damage. Because it's already on there, it takes 7. Yeah, first javelin goes way wide. Looks like it like slipped partially as she was slinging it. She very quickly snatches up the other one and heaves that one. Lamia, while you're struggling with this thing, like you see something like whistling through the air and you kind of duck behind the 8-8 as you're trying to pull away from it, and you can hear the impact of the javelin like back behind like its shoulder or something, and it like grunts from the impact, but that's all it does. I think I got all those. Oh my god. Alright, Snake. Alright. Now you're doing too much. Jesus Christ. You just gave her to spend all your shit, huh? Oh yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Okay. Let me check and see if he's... He just comes in and spends all his points and then leaves. He hasn't left, he's still here, but...
I was gonna say, yeah.
So gets hit. That was me back to pick her up her other one. So yeah, she's done. Varbronk's turn. That is not his sheet. That's his sheet. So Varbrong is probably going to rage. I'm gonna see. I don't think he has any reason not to. Yep. Cool. Varbrong is gonna rage. This is not exactly where he's standing. He's a little bit further back than that. But I think he can get there. "50 feet. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's not the right place to measure from. Damn. Yeah, you sure can. Because he can actually move 60. I keep forgetting he has that thing. And he can charge into that space. So yeah, he rages, and then he's going to charge. Right over here. And then take a swing with his great axe. This is why I'm glad when you don't bring him. He doesn't have macros set up, so I just have to roll this. With a charge, it gives him a +2. I don't think he has a favored enemy. No, just favored terrain. Do I have him raging? Nope, forgot to do that, so it's even higher. Okay. He has a really good chance to hit. Here's hoping it's a 1. It's not. 20 total.
Aww.
But I forgot to add the +2 from the charge, so it's a total of 22. I added the rage, but not the charge. Yikes. Well, at least it ain't a crit. Okay. It's a lot. I rolled minimum.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That's a lot of damage still.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, so he hauls ass over there, slams his axe into the side of this 8-ank, which like gets its like claws up just in time to kind of hedge off some of the blow, so it doesn't get fucking decapitated. Still a heavy shot. This thing's demeanor does change. It looks, yeah, it's hard to tell how it looks. Just its demeanor changes. Lamia, you're currently grappled.
I'd have
You
to.
cannot use a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Do I want to let throw the net on it?
You need both hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the net is a
Big net.
two-handed weapon.
Yeah, it's too big.
Then I will do my damnedest to escape the grapple.
Okay. So yeah, that's CMB. That's not good.
Can I'll go ahead and redeem my
Oh, your fortunate fate.
yeah.
Fair enough. All right, reroll. What should be another 3?
Right?
God,
No, nat 20.
what is in the water? You're getting all of the. Nobody else has rolled a 20 except Sam.
No, it's
He always
No,
does.
you rolled a 20 as Hattie.
Mine don't count when they're NPCs for you guys.
yeah.
I didn't even
That was
like take the fucking thing off the list yet. God damn it. Oh shit, that's the wrong thing. Nope, close that. Fucking Chrome.
Ah.
Okay. Let's see. No,
that was basically a full round.
He gave you Snake gave you the fucking thing back that you just used.
Oh, thank you,
Nah.
Snake.
Nice.
Gotta stop giving you points.
Sir, he's given you so many Curse of Perils. Like, literally every time I look at stream, Curse of Peril pops up. I think you
I'm
might be
aware,
okay for the
But
rest
he
of
gave
this.
you a 6-pack of luck and a freaking Yanshi's blessing. Of course I won't. But anyway, so with a natural 20, not shit I can do about that, you're able to pull free of the 8-ank's grasp. Yeah, you get free. It is still didn't get a meal out of this.
Molly out here still rolling natural 20s after it's been a week. All right, cool.
Yeah, she redeemed her Yanshi's blessing and re-rolled her 3 to a 20, and then Snake immediately gave her re-roll back. Get that the fuck off this list. Get out of here. You've been redeemed. Okay, so so yeah, she gets free. Now it's the 8-ank's turn. It wants exactly 0 parts of the rest of this. After that went about as poorly as it could have gone. If it had missed you is the only other way it could have gone worse, or if it rolled worse on initiative. Oh wait, no, shit, it's Eli's turn. Yeah, Eli tied it. I didn't see that.
I did. I mean, I'm gonna just magic rocket it since those don't miss, and because it's, you know, over there by my buddies. I don't need any like weird stray shots. I'm just gonna pop it with all of my 5 missiles here.
Okay. Well, the first one was max. That bodes well.
44 plus 4. That's a lot of 4s.
Fucking painful.
All right, so 22 total, right? No, 20. Yeah, 22 total.
Yep. Yeah, he's looking pretty ragged. The
Pew, pew, pew.
the pew pews. You don't really have any guidance towards these. They just go. These were some spiteful ass magic missiles. You're pretty sure all 5 of them hit him in his roommate wounds. Like the wounds that the other 8 inflicted is where like every missile hit one of them.
Oh, that's good.
And just like blew it open. So now he's just gushing blood into the water. I'm assuming nothing with your move or swift.
No, I'm just gonna stand here. Continuing.
Okay. So, update. Remember when I said he wanted exactly 0 part of what was going on? He wants less than that now. So he is going to withdraw. Now here's the surprise. Here's what may surprise you. You're probably thinking, "Damn, of course, Ken's gonna screw us over. This stupid 8 is gonna run the fuck away, and we're gonna have to try to either chase it down or hope the magic rockets kill it." It retreats to its den. It doesn't actually know what's going on, just that you guys are outside its den. So it just swims straight down and back into the den. And
Ugh.
that's,
Thanks,
that's
Ron.
combat.
I didn't see that at all. You should probably go check on Sam.
Is everything good out there?
Sam's like on the phone, just heard a whole ass fight happen. He's like, y'all okay?
Hey, if we can get that thing semi-alive and just pinned down to the ground, I'd love to drain all of its blood.
Hey, look, I was doing this as a joke, but new headcanon for when we do message or like whatever bullshit where we do line of sight, we have to like that's part of the
that's exactly what it's like.
Right?
But yeah.
Yeah, we're wrong. It's kind of
just somebody reply to me
breathing
of like
hard.
what's going on.
You say what?
Somebody reply to me when I ask what was going on.
Lamia basically said what she said in that, hey, if we ever catch that 8 I'd love to get it just barely alive so I could drain it completely.
Okay, so
No mercy for it.
It attacked,
right.
but we drove it off. It swam back inside.
Yeah. is all we get back from me because I just continue to it's stupid. He doesn't
Shuffles
know.
back over.
He doesn't know.
It doesn't. And yeah, at this point, like you're still gonna make a lot of noise, but it's very wounded and probably too scared to come back out. That went really bad. Okay, yeah. No, at this point, honestly. So you stay there, I imagine, keeping an eye.
Oh, absolutely.
Eli and Hattie probably have that look of like, okay, we're not going to talk to them about the fish, right? Like we all collectively missed that. That was no one's fault. But so honestly, it did happen to anybody. So honestly, at this point though, I'll be honest, I don't have any more surprises for you. The setup worked. You've made every goddamn check except the perception to notice the 8 getting out. And you've wounded it so badly that I cannot reasonably see it coming out again of its own volition. So, Sam, you get to keep digging. Holy shit. Okay.
Dig them up them holes. Dig them.
Grandpa, I'm tired of digging.
Thank you. That's too damn bad.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's a great movie.
So you continue to dig. You're about you've made about a halfway circuit around when you're starting to feel the spell begin to wear off. You've got about half of a minute left of 5 rounds. where you start to feel the energy of it starting to drain away. Now, you could, assuming no surprises, you can surface in 2 rounds. So my only other question to you is, do you push that last 3 to get like as far across as you can?
Oh yeah.
And see if you can get it to collapse, and then just okay.
Yep. I'm gonna be risky.
All right.
Risking it for the biscuit.
So give me one more survival check just to stay on point here.
Yep.
It's very high. Are you keeping your 32?
Yes.
Okay. So
Another con.
so you keep digging. Actually, yes, I do need that. Sorry.
Yeah. Ooh.
Take my reroll, Sam.
No, because I think.
Oh, because you have a 1. That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
you can
this is
reroll
an ability check.
Yeah, hold on. Once per day, when you roll natural 1 or saving throw, critical 30. Okay. Yeah, this is an ability check, not a saving throw. Yeah.
So you need my 1.
Still 7. I'm not.
Use my reroll. I have a fortunate fate. Let's get rid of mine. Because it's been sitting. I've been trying to use it to not die for a while, but if one of us has 1, it's fine. So yeah, reroll.
I wasn't too worried about it. This means I take a point of exhaustion or whatever.
I'd rather you not be exhausted.
It might not mean that. It might be something else, Sam.
It's because I'm doing a strenuous activity.
I would
You
rather
guys
you
done the
not
Okay.
be so.
You may re-roll. Damn.
That's better.
21. Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna get one of y'all to roll 2 natural ones in a row.
I know. I was expecting it that time. I'm like, hey, maybe it'll happen.
We're tied on the 1s, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeesh. Man. Okay.
Oh, according to Snake, he gave 1 to
Yeah,
Sam.
What? No, he
what?
said it. He redeemed another blessing. I didn't think it was for me.
Let me go back to it. There we go. Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot of things. Oh, it like stopped tracking them. Jesus. There we go. Just blessing.
You can't make them roll like Snake, is what Snake says.
No? There's a Lamia one in here. Oh, there was like 2 back-to-back. That was 10 minutes apart. No. Yeah, that was the 10-minute apart one. Flushing. No, there's just that. 1, 2. Okay. I had to count. A whole lot. All right, there it is. Anyway, all right, so there's that. You rolled the thing, so that means you're not fatigued. So I can't impart any other penalty there. At this point, Snake, I don't know if I'm gonna have that many more rolls. I was expecting to have a bunch here in a second, but because of what happened, I don't know that I will.
So I just want to clarify on the order thing. He did he redeem a reroll for me?
Mm-mm.
No?
I only see
Okay.
one. I only see the one for Lamia.
No.
There was
Let's
two
make sure.
technically.
But I used the reroll on you.
I know. I was
Which
going to
I
make
need
sure
to
that
turn
if
that
there
back
was
on.
one redeemed for me, that would be used and not Dave's.
Right.
So that's what I was just wanting to make sure in case that had happened.
I do need to turn that reward back on now that the Fortunate Fate has been used. Wait, no, there's still one in play, so Yanshi's Blessing goes back to active. Cool. That's on it, but not this campaign. Okay. Yeah, okay, so then it's Constitution, so you're not fatigued. So you get the full distance with that last one. Okay. All right, Sam. So you spend 3 more rounds digging. You get through some more rock. You actually break through it back into mostly earth and like bones. Then you start your way up. As you begin to dig upward, Lamia, you and Verbrong notice that the ground sags again. It's a little more sudden that time. And then it sags again. And you start to hear the like rushing of water as you're starting to see like the rain and stuff that's landing on top of this den or whatever. Starting to like cool along like the seams of where the drop off is starting to happen. Which of course puts more weight on top of it now that there's like a little basin almost, like a place for the water to catch, and it slumps even further. It's about to fall in. So Verbrong yells to you, Sam, to get clear, right? It's just something quick that he yells. So you hear it through the whisper thing.
Dig, dig, dig. Woo. Yeah. Dig, dig,
So-
dig. Woo.
So you're about to go up, but do you like pivot and go like further out away from it?
Yeah.
Is that the plan? Okay.
Yeah. And I'll start doing a diagonal, I guess, or a quick 90 and then
Like a 90 then a diagonal for your last.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna try to do that. Verbrong obviously moves, like runs off toward like where like the water, like to like way down into the water. Well, I mean, I imagine you got out of the water.
Oh, absolutely. I don't need
but
to
now
be in
this
the
is
water.
starting to slump down. Do you try to just like find a spot where you can stay out of the water and not fall in, or are you just gonna do what Verbrong is doing and get out, like wade out a little bit to be further from where the roof's gonna fall?
I'll follow what Verbrong's doing, since he seems very confident.
Okay. So you hurry up and run your way over there. As you're like, you take like a couple of steps and you realize like it has sunk enough that there's like a step up that you have to take to get like out of where it's like started to fall in. You take that step up and your foot, like your heel lands right as you feel the other one start to like gives all the way away. So you have to reach up and grasp with your hand, and then like Verbrong reaches out, you like clasp on like his wrist, and he like helps pull you the rest of the way. You probably could have just hoisted yourself. You had the momentum, but you definitely feel that happen. You feel it like the shift of it, and it's almost a similar sound as just like heavy rainfall. This just like loud clattering sort of noise, but it's like it kicks way up just behind you. You can like hear maybe like the roots of plants and other things snapping and like little fibers and things giving way as it all sloughs inward. So you're good, but Sam, I do need a reflex save from you. Much lower DC than if you had just tried to go straight up. It's pretty,
Oh, it's 28, dude.
pretty roll. It's a pretty good roll. It's a pretty good one.
It's my attack
Would you
evasion.
like to keep your 28?
Yes.
Oh no, you got a lot of luck. You might
Yeah.
you could get 30.
Bro, you have way more peril than we have luck.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We keep
Alright, cool.
using it, and we're gonna keep using it.
So you hit that quick 90, and then as you're starting in your diagonal, you can feel yourself getting dragged part of the way back where you came. And there's like some rocks and like bones and shit. They're like grabbing hold of things that aren't moving as much to like continue to pull yourself forward as the land itself seems to suck downwards. But it doesn't actually get to drag you in because you made your save. You are... You're still 10 feet down when your air bubble runs out. But obviously you can hold your breath for 2 rounds. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And because this doesn't drag you any further out, because you not only made your reflex save by a lot, you also have evasion. That's not even going to be a concern. But this whole thing, this whole section does just fall straight in. Sam, you're like still pulling yourself along. You can feel the air bubble like snap away, so you take like one last big breath to hold your breath with, and it's gone. And you stop for a second after this like vigorous attempt at climbing forward. You're kind of catching your breath, and you realize, holy shit, I can see. You can actually see, because when you look back over your shoulder, you can see outside. All of this shit that fell in has exposed about 5 feet behind you. There's just an opening out into open area, and you can see where all that has fallen in from where you are about 25 feet down. It's all crashed down into that area. So yeah, we'll let's handle Mr. Adank here. Let me get him back on this layer. So the first thing that happens... Well, let me actually roll the damage and whatnot. We'll see what he's dealing with here. Okay. That is a lot.
That's not nearly as bad as I thought it'd be.
Well, I did roll 4 ones in there. I didn't roll very good for damage. But the damage isn't even the most dangerous part. It's the burial.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot avoid being buried. He is literally in the burial zone. So, but he can make a reflex save to try to take half damage, which he's going to attempt.
Oh!
Okay.
He did that.
He made his reflex save, so he's going to take 11 points damage. Excuse me. It does not leave him with a lot of HP to work with. I'll say that. So here's the deal. So now that he's buried, he can attempt a DC 25 strength check to try to get out. Every round that he fails to escape, he will take 1d6 points of non-lethal damage from suffocation. It's not a matter of holding his breath. He's got tons of earth and rock and shit all on top of him, pressing the air out of him. So his hold breath ability does technically work here, but he still takes the non-lethal. So, from the crushing effect. So, not great. You can't see his health, but if his non-lethal reaches higher than his current HP, which is very low, he will be unconscious and will no longer be able to attempt to free himself. Will be effectively doomed unless you guys decide to dig him out for some reason. Cool. Let's go for... I thought... I had like a macro ready. I was like, I'm gonna have to roll so many times to see if he can escape, because he can hold his breath for so long. But because y'all beat the fucking hell out of him, it's a way narrower window. So I'm just gonna roll d20, and I'll tell you, I need, without using any danger die, I need a 19 or a 20. All right, cool. Here we go.
You know, if this works, at least oh my god! Hey Patrick, do you
It's a
want one of
two.
our unfortunate fates?
No, I don't.
Fair enough.
I do not want your pity. I'm just gonna roll a d6. This is how much non-lethal he takes. Fuck. Okay, so here's the deal. Alright, he had 4 hit points left. So his non-lethal is equal to his current HP, which means he's not unconscious. It means he is staggered. It means his consciousness is slipping away. He gets one more attempt to free himself. Okay. You know, he gets one more chance. Let's go. A 16. Okay. I can maybe do that. So I need. Fuck, it's 50-50. I need a 3 or a 4. I need a 3 or a 4, and he's out. It's not great, but whatever. We're gonna do this. Okay, where's my macro? Yeah. So
Hey,
he
at least other 8 inks would be like, hey, you killed that thing real good. It just as away as an 8 ink would. Because this is torture.
Well, maybe I misread his strength. Maybe his strength is higher than I thought. But what's his strength at? Is it? No, I had it right. Yeah, I had it right. Yeah, he fails. So whatever I roll on a d6, he goes over his current HP because he didn't heal any. He didn't heal any overnight. So, yeah. So here's what you guys see. First of all, you, Lamia, you can see Sam. Let's cover that. You like look across this like open chasm now that like water is starting to rapidly fill, and you can see this like partially collapsed little mini tunnel. You can like barely see Sam like peeking out of it from 5 feet into it. And then down in this area where all that shit crashed into, you can see like water is like gushing and flowing into it. Obviously more of the sides are starting to like slide down, just not as rapidly. So you won't want to stay here too long, but like you have a little bit of time. And when you're looking down there, you can see the like pile of stuff. You can see it shift partially once. You're like, fuck, is that thing gonna dig its way out of all that? And then there's like a much bigger like a heave, and you watch as like the pile of dirt like jumps. All this water and shit is pouring into it. And so Lobby, I imagine you're like getting your weapon ready again, and like Varbron's got like his axe out. They're just kind of watching it. But it doesn't move again. And about a minute passes, and water's starting to like fill up a little bit more. And you watch as like I imagine by this point, Sam, you've dug your way back up. So that you're not suffocating or whatever. You see Sam pop back up over there, like kind of walk over and sees down into the basin. And you see like the eastern chunk of the area like break free and like slide and fall down into it, but there's no other movement down there. It doesn't seem like it's getting out. I don't know if any of you have any other plans. If you're gonna try to like go excavate the thing, or what? But
oh yeah, that's not going anywhere.
It's
I put my hands on my hips. And see the typical like.
right.
Well,
it ain't going nowhere.
Eli's far enough. Hot damn, Sam, you did a good job.
He could hear you through the whisper. Dave, you're muted.
I know I'm muted. I was talking to my dog. Language, the whispers thing is still on, is what I was going to say. But I was talking to my dog at first. Sorry. Everybody didn't hear me be like, "Good boy, go lay down. Good boy, why are you staring at my face? Good boy, what do you need?"
I
And he's
just
sitting there
love you.
staring at me. I'm just like, yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah.
make our way back to our group and I guess start making our way back to town.
I'm on like the other side of this now, right?
Yeah,
Where
you're
they
like on
are.
the opposite side. Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually this thing will get like fully buried by like the rest of this sliding back in.
Like erosion.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you gonna do the boat thing again, Sam?
I could.
If you weren't frozen. Poor Sam internet.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
him.
right.
Oh, I thought it was me. Okay.
Nope.
Well,
One of these days
don't
it'll
worry.
load.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
back.
there you go.
Yeah,
There he is. Yeah, I said, let me find some sticks. And then I looked and like everyone's so yeah.
They're gonna plot some vessel back over.
Yeah.
So while you're finding your sticks, though, Lamia,
Uh-huh.
just so you know, technically, it is still alive down there. It's just unconscious.
I can't unbury it enough to get a bite into it.
Damn good.
Maybe you're trying. It's just.
I am vengeful, but I'm not that vengeful.
Dang it, it's like that's a lot of blood. It's got a real high constitution.
I would love to drain it, yes, but I'm not going into the water and possibly bury myself. I'm not doing that.
Wade into
Okay.
the water.
You float some vessel, and you get you guys back over to the shore with everyone else. Okay. The 8-ink threat in this area has been eliminated. Eliminated.
Good job, team.
Double.
We did it.
Sam, can I have some of the goat as celebration?
Have some
What
of
you
the
mean?
goat.
I think there was a goat in the mess of animals, right?
Yes? You're gonna drain the traumatized, tortured goat?
Yeah, she is.
I need it. I'm going to be sleeping tonight, and I need a blood point to do that.
To sleep?
To sleep, and actually regain health. Yes.
No.
But Sam could say, "No, don't do that. They've already been hurt enough, you fool."
I mean, what are the chances that 8-ink's still alive down there? If I go get
Yeah,
a
she couldn't just
long
stand there
thing
and
of
be like,
bamboo,
Wafting the
and I just-
suffering of the
I start
egg.
sharpening it, I could probably jam it down far enough where, we could Capri Sun this bitch. No.
Capri Sun?
Destroyed it.
Oh my god. Trying to Capri
God.
Sun in Adang.
I mean, if we could, I would absolutely love that, but we cannot do
No.
that.
No, that would be funny as hell, but no. No.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, I like to imagine there's a vampire in a movie that's like, finally, I'm so hungry, and it's like a guy covered in swamp muck, and he's just like, He's like tries to smear off an area on the neck. He's like, it's not working. And he gets a straw and like stabs the guy's neck. It's like, this is the best. Like, I don't want to touch that with my mouth.
Right?
I mean, in character, Sam will be like, yeah, let me. We'll just claim the 8-8 did it. Also, these animals been drugged recently. I don't know if that's going to affect their blood.
They were drugged yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yesterday. Did you drug them again? I don't think we had enough herbs for that.
I mean, I like my animals drugged.
I was gonna say also, what kind of drugs? How do these
Yeah.
drugs do?
Yeah, no, they've definitely worn off by now. Like, they're all fully healed, which is great, but they have suffered a lot already.
Sorry,
They're
I'm,
effectively
So
tortured.
you, Mr. Gaia, sir,
I mean, it doesn't take
You
a
want me to
check,
catch-
Mr. Guy. Would
you
not
want me
be
to catch
super
you a
happy with that.
fish? I'll let you eat
Yeah.
a wet vegetable.
Wet vegetable.
Give me like a minute. I'll get the pole out and I'll go fishing.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how much
Okay.
constitution a fish has, but I
okay, Sam, I won't
At
have
least
the
5,
goat. It's
you know.
fine. I can survive not having.
I get the fishing rod out while I'm on the boat. 'Cause
No,
it
no,
is
no. We
moved.
need to make our way back to town. Tell them, hey, we did a good job, so we could start leaving for Brog. He wants to get.
It's not good. Dude,
to where he
this is
needs
a
to go.
really good fishing pole. It's not going to take very long. I can even use some of the meat over there as bait. They're probably picking at it right now.
Sam, I don't think you'd be able to catch a fish that.
I'm going to go fishing. She's now doubted my ability.
Okay.
That was the one thing you can't say is I don't think you can catch that fish. Now he's got to do it.
It's technically a fucking survival check.
Maybe the
Yeah.
fish will be the fish that distracted you
Uh.
guys, so it'll be a full karma circle.
Full
Karmic
circle.
circle.
Oh, it's under.
While Sam's fishing,
Karmic,
I'm gonna go
yes.
pee real
travel
quick.
here. Yeah.
I too am gonna go to the restroom.
Is it under? Where the hell's the fishing pole at? What did I do with it?
I assume it's in gear somewhere. But either way, it'll give you a +2 to this.
Yeah, it's +2 because it also lets me cast whatchamacallit.
Speak with animals, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have it listed in. Yeah, okay. It's not listed great. Yeah, put bait on it, whatever. Do all that jazz. Survival +2. I'm not even gonna begin to do the thing of like. Technically, animals are my favorite enemy.
Right, yeah.
and all that bit because fish are animals.
Yeah,
But
they are.
fish, I mean, I want to say fish are a broad, much like
Oh, wait, no, that does count. That definitely
Oh,
counts.
yeah.
Because it's a survival
But,
check, and they are animals.
yeah. Fish is such a broad category, though. For that, it's one of
So
those
is
things
animal.
that, yeah,
You know what I mean?
when they
Animals,
differentiate like sentient humanoids or humanoid like by species or race, it's one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of difference between hunting a giraffe and catching a crappie. Like that
Oh,
should
yeah.
not. There's not a lot of crossover in those two things, But
But
whatever.
yeah, they just left it because for simple
Yeah.
stuff, so you don't have to
It's
be
broad
like,
enough.
aquatic animals, it's like that.
Yeah, aquatic animals, and like you could divide it to like land, flying, and aquatic, and it would be one of those things. Like, yeah, and a duck is kind of all those things. So
True, right? Okay. All right, so you'll definitely catch a fish with that at 26. Give me a D100. I'll let you roll it.
Hmm. 45,
45. Okay.
because they don't make a 46. No, they do. Hey, what are you
There's
eating?
a thing here.
Are you eating
Pizza.
cardboard? Okay.
Yeah, he's eating
There's-
cardboard with,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
cheese on it.
Yeah. I just saw it brown and like flat. You were taking a bite of something. I was like, I don't know what that is. It looks like cardboard.
I went to Hideaway yesterday, and this is the leftovers.
Oh, nice. This fucking sheet doesn't load. I swear to God.
And this is the cup I got from Hideaway, because Hideaway is and I have lots of Hideaway cups.
I can make an offline version of this stupid spreadsheet. This is crazy. I need everything. Okay, so 26 will be enough to catch a fish. I'm just trying to get the details on it. But the damn sheet won't load. Because I guess it hates me or something. Probably because it's
See,
Chrome.
it won't load. Haha, I made a terrible joke. I'm a dad. What can you expect?
Better. We expect better.
Explain.
I said sheet when he said the sheet won't load.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's your fault for expecting better.
You know what? I can't even deny it. Wait, the snapper.
Yo, that's nuts.
You got a snapper.
Sorry, no, I was looking at fishing poles for some reason because my brain was like, how much are fishing poles right now?
Oh, you found like a crazy
Yeah.
expensive one or something?
No, like a collapsible one, like with a kit that comes with a couple of hooks, couple bait, like soft baits and stuff like that, for like $50 in a little case, which is not bad. But it comes with 33-pound braided line, which is insane for like, yeah, like in Oklahoma, you like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I'll put 10 pounds on there because, you know, what are the chances I'm going to catch one of those like, you know, 30-pound catfish, you know?
Yeah,
And monofilament
catch a
is usually
snapper.
what people run.
Um,
Snapping turtle? No, snapper
Nope.
turtle? No, that's
nope, a fish. It's not that weird silvery one that you guys saw earlier. That's what we checked earlier with the Neo Hunter. But
not the culprit. No,
right.
would've been fun.
So give me a quick nature check.
Natur.
Excuse me.
14, unless beast stuff applies.
Yeah, it is an animal. So
Yeah.
you get we can, I forgot, it's +4 and +4. So you have +4 to animal, +4 to magical beast, +2 to undead. Was that the breakdown?
Yes. Yeah, let me look
Okay.
again. Sorry, now I'm doubting myself. Doubting? Doughty. I really stopped up.
Outing yourself?
Yeah, animals and magical beasts are the additional +2. So yes, it'd be
Yeah,
4, so it'd be 18.
So you got an 18? Okay, cool. Yeah, you know that this is called a rainbark snapper. Rainbark snapper. Because you can see that
a lot of
it
barking.
has, when you fish it out, it does have these like kind of odd, like almost rust-colored hues to its scales, and like a little bit of green tint to it or whatever. And you know that these are pretty decently prized in a lot of the coastal cities in Setsegia. They really like catching these because supposedly they have they're like very, very highly nutritious, and they get used in like field rations and whatnot. And you know that actually eating these, whether you properly turn them into like field rations and whatnot, not like the kind that you've been making, because those aren't actually processed, they're just like smoking stuff. But if you like knew the proper recipe and stuff, you could make like a bunch of actual rations out of it. But in general, just eating it will actually give you an additional boost that will an additional +2 to all the same things that endurance applies to. And it will stack with endurance.
That's impressive.
But how does it taste? No. That has a taste, paramedic. No.
Like
It'll taste bad
Shit.
Yeah,
regardless, because I'm going to drain it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which probably won't do any of that for her, but
Yeah. I never thought to the effect of like, oh yeah, just drink this fish. But fish blood tastes bad. Like,
yes,
yeah. And I'm
yes.
like,
It's fucking awful.
oh well.
Worse in some than others. Like if it's a bottom feeder, especially, it's fucking
Oh
terrible.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not.
Why you
If
gotta
it
cut
was a
the bloodline of
catfish, I'd be like, no,
catfish.
we're gonna clean. We're gonna eat this. You can have the goat.
Let me see. I mean, I know it has at least 5 fucking con, but let's get a example.
Yeah. Watch a video of, speaking of fish, and con for a certain fish of some sort of fish was swimming near the surface of the water. People were filming it, and it was like a bass or something like that. And it's swimming and swimming and swimming, and it hits a rock, like on the shoreline, just bumps into a rock, not going very fast, and it just goes boop and hits it, and it like recoils backwards, drifts a little bit, and then just floats belly up immediately. I was like, it's very much like it had one health point, and it just went, and I'm dead now.
It's like, damn, bro. Now I bumped my head. Oh, hey, Grandpa.
Wait a minute.
But right. Cool. So yeah, you catch this pretty nice, beautiful fish, and then Lami immediately bites it and starts sucking the fucking blood out of it. How much are you trying to drain out of this, Lamia?
If I can, I'd like to drain 2 blood
Okay.
points worth.
Just go with all.
This being a special fish, yeah, you can get 2 out of it. It does kill it.
Yeah. And I will use 1 blood point immediately because that one of those blood points went over my limit.
Yeah.
To be able to sleep tonight and recover HP.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
Sorry, fish.
It is like pale and like all that like beautiful forest coloring it had before is just gone. It looks kind of gross now. Something'll eat it, but
My dog straight to fucking off. I need to play tug of war with him in a rolly chair. Keeps rolling me.
Yeah, I immediately got the
Nice.
fish and throw it like the entrails into the water. Just like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Other shit will eat
Are you-
that.
Are you going to like eat the other part of the fish, or you throw that back too?
Might as well try.
Might as well try it.
Yeah, or I could try and catch more fish with the. It's whatever.
Thanks for the fish, Sam. That was a heartier fish than I thought, even
Yeah. Let's see, what can I do with this?
even after it ended up like it did.
Yeah, I could like. I know there are cultures that eat it raw, but I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think this is one of the ones you do that with. I mean, we did drain all the blood, and that's kind of one of the important things to do that, I mean, I'll eat it, whatever. I'll just throw it in the bag.
Well,
yeah, and like
I'm
I
assuming
go to
you're-
put it in a bag, and I go like, oh shit, this is the marble bag.
Yes. So you pull
Oh
those
shit, I
out.
forgot. And I what the hell? And I'll pull out one of them in case they're like roly polies, and then I'll just because if I pull all of them out and there's some sort of bug, I got to worry about a Sherlock.
Yeah.
Just immediately go out of my hand like.
But yeah,
trained
these
them to
are they're black. These little black circles. They look like pearls, but they have pearls have kind of like a sheen, like a luster to them.
Mm-hmm.
These have none of that. They seem almost just completely matte, just odd black pearls.
I smell it.
They don't really smell like much. They smell like water.
I like it.
Sam, what's that you got there?
It tastes a little like dirt, and a little salty.
Oh, let me refrain.
Burn a little bit.
Yeah, let me refrain, or not refrain, but re-describe how I taste it. This is something I know about real life. You can see if pearls are real if you like rub them on your teeth because they have a grain to them. They're not perfectly smooth. Whereas you can find out fake pearls or like resin or plastic pearls are actually way smoother than real pearls.
Yeah.
So real pearls will make
You're rubbing it on your tooth. You're not licking it.
yeah.
Okay, that's. I was like, all right. I guess it's kind of salty tasting. Yeah, it does have a. It does have like a slight grit to it.
Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
my
found it
dog's
while I was
going
digging.
wild.
I found a bunch of them. I don't know what this is.
You found it while you were digging?
Yeah.
Weren't you digging through like almost solid stone?
And dirt and other things. I did find this when I was in a stone area though. And there were like a bag down there too. The bag was
A
broken.
bag?
Yeah. Oh.
Wouldn't that imply that there were people, I mean, a form of living being that needs to carry items to hold other items down there at one time?
I mean,
We've
Something
been in
about-
temples that are thousands of years old.
but also,
Like,
yeah, it's
yeah, like-
made of bones, guys. What do you think those bones came from?
I mean, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is.
You had about right.
I kind of want to throw it at something to see if it does something.
Maybe have, if you think it might do something, maybe have
Yeah.
Eli look at what it is.
I don't know. Well, Eli's been doing a lot. I think I'm going to make Rahala do it when we get back to
Well, the best way to get back is we start moving.
Yeah.
Right, Verong?
Just sit there.
Is there any kind of inspection I get out of looking at it that I could do? I have dungeoneering,
Detect magic?
geography, and nature.
Not without detect magic, no.
Okay.
Other than that, you get what I described. It seems like a black pearl. It's kind of odd that it has no sort of luster to it. That's the weird thing that stands out from your observation, but nothing else.
Just want to make sure.
Of
course, just chorus.
Right. Verong will speak up and say,
We still need to deal with the corpse of this first one.
Oh. Yeah, I guess we could just roll it into the water now, or toss it, finished off that way. Let all the fish eat it.
Yes, we don't have to worry about its comrade coming for it.
Or we could leave it on the bank and tell the village about it, and they could actually come out here. And I'm sure they have use for the bones and shit. Stuff.
Thank you.
Sensible. Sensible, yes. Good.
I'm sure-
yes, we can leave.
I'm sure some like carrion birds of some kind. Look at Sherlock. Like, what am I? We'll go over there and eat it.
you know he's already eaten some of it. you know for a fact he's already eaten some. Cool. So
Just looking-
you
just
don't
looking
you're
a
not
little
gonna
bit more
ID those
round.
yet. You're just gonna right. You're gonna
Yeah, I
pack
mean-
up and head back.
I mean, unless Eli really wants to do something.
No.
Yep.
Can't say that I do.
All right.
You guys
Well,
pack up and head back out.
Yeah.
No further, and there was no further inspection of like the collapsed den or anything before you were leaving, right?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I could think of, I guess that's a question that somebody brings up.
Because your
Is
flotsam
maybe they-
vessel lasts hours.
Yeah.
I just realized
There
like,
could
we
have
didn't need
been-
to cast it again. It was probably still sitting there.
Yeah. There probably could have been like adventurer remains in there, possibly. But I say adventurer, people.
Remains of
Yeah.
individuals who are somewhat adventurous in
But-
their life.
I don't know. Maybe in the future, if I'm back this way, I'll come over here and I'll sift through all that. Maybe I'll find some old swords or, you know, armor that's left in there. It's all buried now, so.
Sweet. So you guys head back. Job done.
Yeah. Eating's bug food now.
Yep. Wait, did I have you placed on the big map?
Big map. Side quest complete. Rewards.
Oh,
Weird pearls.
here. I did have you on the big map.
No, the rewards will be when we meet the armorer,
Mhm.
Yvain, and, you know, potentially finally finish your freaking armor, bro.
I think the reward was ridding the world of 2 Adangs that were preying on a village.
Yeah, that's pretty good reward, too.
PSA, complete style, you know, the more you know, star flashes in the background, weird 80s music plays. Yeah, there you go.
Not moving it. Move the graphic. The hell? That's weird.
When I move, you move. Just like that.
If I do this, it moves.
My ship works when I kick it.
Right?
What was I playing? Oh, I was. I got Like a Dragon, Yakuza Pirate.
Yeah.
Did you know that Matthew Mercer dubs Majima?
I did know that. I haven't heard his performance yet,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I
I
did
didn't-
know that.
I didn't realize it until the credits popped up and he had the first film. I was like, wait, who was he voicing in this? And then I listened. I was like, oh shit, that is
That's
Matthew
funny.
Mercer. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, he's just doing
What a
additional
role.
voices or something.
When you get
Overall.
like that random thing where it's a person and you're like, is that who I think it is? And then you go look, or then those times when you see somebody's names in the credit and you go, how did I miss that? I love both of those moments.
It doesn't help that I think most of the ones I've played have been Japanese dubbed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think a lot of them have even had English voice casts. So
I know the original had a dub, and apparently it was awful. Well, mostly awful, so they were like, no, we're just going to re-release it without that.
I've done Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Like a Dragon are pretty much the two that I've played the most, which are wildly different.
Cool. We all make it back to the
Yeah,
village
we
of
made it.
Gunhari.
Yeah.
Made it back to Gunhari. By the time you make it back, it is, I think, what, like midday? 9 miles.
Midday.
Horse is
It takes
pretty
us 4
damn
hours.
fast. Yeah. Yeah, you're like a little bit before noon. And yeah, so you guys get back and you can see the rest of the villagers and stuff there. They spot you, kind of usher you back in and everything. Pretty immediately, the militia and stuff that like actually meet with you are like, did you do it?
I don't know.
As you've got
Sam!
like a giant fucking pelt on the back.
And also have the animals.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's honestly why they have the question.
I mean, we just found a fur trader out there, and we decided just to, beat them up
Damn.
and take
Beat them up and take their stuff.
their.
He has a bit of a roller coaster of emotions there. Of like, what?
He's lying. And I promise you he's doing a bad job.
No, we were more than successful. We'll probably talk to your. I forgot who we talked to. The village elder.
Oh, the elders, yeah.
The And,
Elder Council.
I'm sure they'll. That way, I don't have to, tell the story 5 or 6 times. They'll let everybody know.
Who named this rabbit Broccoli? I think that's what saved his life. I'm doing a callback joke. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
You named it? You named the rabbits?
I mean, hey, when I
Surprised you still have them.
yeah,
They
I
look
managed
better than when they left.
I managed to help them out a little bit.
You are truly blessed. Yes, let's get you to the elders now. Quickly. One of the others is like, well, perhaps they need a rest first. It must have been hard work. Maybe you'd like to rest for now and meet with the elders at your own convenience, says another guard.
Well, unfortunately, I think we'd be going out soon, right, guys? Or
Yeah, I was say, why don't we meet with the elders first, then we'll rest, because I know Verbrong's on a tight schedule and he wants to get out of here. As he's just looking antsy and big.
Yes. Both of those things. So the other one's like, yes, see, they have little time. Like, yes, we'll take you there now. So they very quickly usher you along. As you're walking along, you know, you get a giant pelt on, probably on Ginger, I guess. For the glory, you know. But
yes, because I totally killed that one. Yeah.
But that same militia guy, like as you're going through, and there's like other villagers and stuff around, is like yelling at people that you did it. You know, they did it. What 180 down? You know, so we're like woo, like cheering for you and whatnot. It's not that long of a walk. So it's like a bunch of stuff happens. You just get like that a couple of times. And then he finally gets you back to that big circular hut. When you get in there, there's only 2 of the elders currently there. The original one with the missing tooth and the lady that was also there. When you get inside, you can see that they've got... it looks like a bigger fire than last time that they got going in the middle. And you can see that they've both got some like small kind of food items, which you've been through here enough. You know, they tend to eat a lot of little tiny like foods throughout the day. Then they have their big meal at the end of the day. But they both seem to be playing Hunter's Gambit against one another. When you guys are brought in, and so you guys,
these nerds playing dice games.
So you walk into
everybody knows
both,
Silver's
like,
where it's at. Sorry, yeah,
which is also a dice game.
Oh,
but
God.
you walk in and they're both staring down at the little board. They don't have like a proper board. They've just got like little areas like chalked off on like a plank of wood, and they're both like really focused in on that. And the like the little curtain stuff gets pulled away, and that militia guy is like, elders, they were successful. And the missing tooth elders just, oh, that's nice. Oh, if I go, oh them. And then the lady looks up, and you guys kind of get ushered in. And says, yes, do come in. We can save this for later. And he's like, as he's moving it aside, roll perception check.
Yeah. Oops, that's Discord. Put the wrong.
17's pretty good. Uh-oh, Panda froze.
No.
It's a pretty good frozen
He's so happy.
face,
He's
though.
so happy.
Yeah.
It is a good frozen
You know, you
face.
can't even really be mad. He just seems so joyful about it.
So dumb. This may be a good time to do some plugs. I don't know.
I mean, why not?
Oh, there it is.
There he is.
Oh, he's back with the gator.
Eli, are you gonna roll perception or no?
Yes, I will. Sorry, I
real
was
fucking
distracted
high. Okay.
by him disconnecting.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Roll it and then whatever happened.
Yeah. Like it didn't even roll until you were coming back. That's how we knew you were back.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, Eli did better than me.
Yep.
Hooray!
So Sam and Eli, you will see as he's moving it to the side, he very subtly, but to you very clearly, moves some of the tokens from one of the zones to another one. It's intentional. It's not an accident. Like, you can tell it's not an accident. He clearly is doing it on purpose. As he like pushes the little board to the side. The lady, of course, like kind of looked up and is paying attention to you as you all walked in, so she didn't see it. I don't know if either of you do anything.
With my perception check, could I tell if he was already winning or not?
He was not. He was definitely not winning. He was
I'm not
like
say anything.
It was one of those like it was one of those moments of like they were pretty close, but he was in that position of like, if he made the wrong move here, he's going to lose. So he's obviously skewing it a little bit in his favor. It doesn't look like they had anything up for grabs. Like, you don't see like coin or anything out. So maybe they had a different wager, but yeah, he pushes it over. Go ahead.
I would have said something if he was winning and just wanted to give himself an unfair lead. You know, slightly losing. I'm not gonna say no.
It does put him. It does put him at a little bit more of an advantage than he should be, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets that shoved to the side. They both get up and greet you both very warmly. Someone like, is asking like if you need any food, that kind of stuff. There's like a little bit of just like general chatter, asking about refreshments. Do you like need anything? Blah 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 blah. You get your cloaks taken. That kind of stuff happens. But then it's just other people that are in the village that happen to be in the building. They don't have like actual servants or anything like that. By the time you guys all sit down to talk to them, it is Missing Tooth Elder, it's Lady Elder, and you've got like 5 or 6 villagers that are just in there that have all either come in while you were getting settled, or were already like somewhere that you just didn't see them and like kind of walked out, that are all like seated around this fire. Yes, so you were successful, I hear. Then, tell us, how did it go?
Well, when we arrived on the scene, we had the idea of a concept of a plan beforehand, but once we saw the layout, we had a better idea of what to do. And I described the events of setting up, like, the order of like, we're gonna throw a net in, we're gonna set a trap here, do all that jazz. Hopefully, let them fight. The idea to retreat if they don't fight, so that type of thing. And go through the first part of me basically not doing shit, and Lamia here beating the tar out of it.
They all seem very impressed. Like, they're all just listening very, like, just rapt attention. Once you get to the fact that you defeated that first one, you can tell there's like that. They're all kind of like, the sigh of relief goes through everyone, because they obviously think that's where the story ends, right? They're just like, oh wow, all right, yes, that's quite incredible. Usually those would either temporarily run away, or they'd retreat to their den when any other hunters would come by, or they'd be unsuccessful. So that is quite a feat.
Well, he took her time to get the claws and skin off of the or the hide off of the 8 that we slayed, and quickly realized that we were probably going to end up staying in the area overnight, so we decided to really get a lot of the meat off of it. That way, a certain 8 wouldn't have anything to reclaim. Which during the night it did try to take it. And with that, I think we kind of decided that, we see what we could try and do about this other 8. So we formulated a plan of destabilizing its den and hoping that it would either collapse and make it unusable, so it would have to move on, or hopefully bring it out to fight, and we could try taking it on as well.
We buried it alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wait a moment. You took on both. You took both of them down.
Right. Both endings. Yep.
Well, I mean, as far as we know, we didn't we didn't see the body of the second one technically,
It's true.
but the den did collapse on it. So
Yeah.
unless it's really good at playing possum, I don't think y'all got possums here, right?
You're in the village, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we believe it's dead as well.
Pretty sure. Yep. Pretty
No
confident.
other Adanks near our village now.
We
They're all
don't
gone.
believe so, unless somehow
Yeah, unless there's a
there's one we didn't know about, right?
third one, or maybe it had young. I don't think so, though. We know
Not
the
even
young
a
can be
den
pretty
for another
honored.
to move into.
No.
The
Yeah,
woman-
we eliminated the den.
The woman's
there
been
is still-
nodding. Go ahead.
Yeah, there still is the corpse of the one that we harvested from, bones and things and such there. That we weren't able to recover. I mean, we could have recovered, but it would have taken us a long time, and we don't have a long time.
Well,
And y'all know where
Of
it's
course.
at. So if y'all wanted to take that, y'all feel free. Its den
start
is
to get up.
Yeah, you obviously know where the den would be. So if y'all have a long time to excavate or want to dig, you could probably find the body of the other one and do the same thing. I would probably just let it sit there and let nature, let the planet reclaim its energy.
Absolutely, yes. I would agree with you.
Yes.
You must leave soon. I understand. Let me. We have to be able to do something for you before you go.
Oh, we brought back your net as well. Just yeah.
one
Here
of
it is on this.
Yeah,
We
one
got
of
We
those
those-
added
weird-
some
Yeah.
rope.
They even saved the animals. They didn't even need the tribute package. Truly blessed individuals. You are highly favored by the gods. You must be.
I mean, depends. on
Favorite's
the-
a strong term.
Yeah.
I really don't want you to say that, Sam.
I mean,
Yeah, Mr. Gaia likes you quite a bit.
Hey, you said we are favored. I know I am.
No, truly, you
I don't know what to call what they got for you.
you must see that your accomplishments are beyond the pale. This two 8 in 2 days, and you come back. I mean, perhaps a bit of scrape and bruise, but you don't
Yeah.
understand how many early graves these monsters cause. Many brave men just as determined. And yet you've done twice what so many couldn't even do once. These are not just mortal gifts. The spirits, perhaps your ancestors, something favors you highly. Something that is not just us and our gratitude. But I digress. The lady says, "You do digress. I will entertain the guests. Go get Colin. Yes, let me bring Colin. He knows these things better. Perhaps he can inspect what you've taken, and we will find some way to reward you." And he very quickly shuffles off out the door. A couple of the guards run off with him. He's like, "Yeah, I'll go get him." He's like, "I've got legs." He kind of walks off. And the woman sits there for a moment. You can tell she's just kind of processing what you all said. It says, "We had no idea impact that you all would have coming through here. I hope we've treated you with enough hospitality, but I cannot help but feel had we known what was inside all of you, you would maybe have received an even greater fanfare. You are true heroes of the realm. This land needs you. It does. She kind of shakes her head.
Thank you for your kind words. But sometimes it's best to not be treated extra special or anything.
Oh. I suppose that is true. But there are so many days when you're treated less than your worth. You must embrace the times when you can be celebrated. And you are so young. Gather as many of those victories as you can, so that when you are my age, there is plenty of good to look back on. Yes? You understand?
Lamia smiles and nods, but does not actually say anything.
Oh yeah, she doesn't know you're dead.
Yeah, no.
Well, with it was good to have this win.
Yes, it.
Especially after
Baska will not. Yeah. He will not speak on it too much. But I will tell you what this means to our village. Those creatures took much from the wilds of this area, much more than it is clear on the surface. The animals in the area were often herded away from us. Very difficult to get any kind of meat or even beasts of burden in the area. We did have yak here, many more goats and the like, but if they would smell it on us or on anyone who came through the area, then their tolerance would decrease until they got a part of it. And that part became greater and greater until it became easier to simply not have those things. We can trade for animals that can help in the fields now. More chickens, horses one day, so that we can travel, so that our trade will increase. Our youth can aspire to different roles in society, things that take them outside of these villages and don't require a spear in their hands. Do you know how many of our sons and daughters were excited by the prospect of heading east to where the drums of war sound, because it was the only glory they could aspire to? And now there are many different kinds of wealth they may see. You have opened so many doors for us. And you didn't have to. We never asked for this. This is a divine gift you have given us. You have changed our lives. Thank you. Truly. You start to hear bickering approach from outside. With the other elder, and a semi-familiar voice from one of the other elders as the curtain gets pulled away, unfortunately. It's if you want to respond, you can still be in the middle of saying something. I'm just telling you this is what's happening around you. And you see the gap-tooth elder and the one before who was like kind of coughing a lot. You've heard his name is Colleen. They both enter, kind of shaking themselves off. But I don't know if you would have been replying or anything at this time, any of you.
I did have a quick question about
Yeah.
the Burtsag family. Do they produce animals? Their
Yeah,
farm?
you know there were animals out there. There were a lot.
Mhm.
Like it's a full-fledged farm.
Okay, didn't know if they did horses or whatever. So I was curious.
They aren't like breeding horses or anything. Like they
Yeah.
have work horses out there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was curious. So it'd be better off for them to try somewhere else to buy horses than rather than. So I was going to recommend.
But they
them.
do have a lot of livestock.
Yeah.
Like they have yak and goats and other stuff like that that are
Okay.
obviously very valuable.
Yeah,
You
look,
know,
I'll-
one of you could marry one of my nieces.
Yes, and
marry into the family.
yes.
Sorry.
That way you get the family discount when purchasing livestock, and instead of just the friend benefit. Like, hey, you know Sam? Cool, you get a discount. But yeah, I will take that time to try and pitch. Like, oh yeah, actually, there's a farm. You pull out the map. I'm like, they're over here. That's my family, or part of my family, and they got livestock. If y'all need that, if y'all drop my name, Sam Goodbean, tell them about what I did over here. I'm sure they'll try and hook you up with some beast of burden, yak, so on. They don't got much horse, but just what they use for working.
Of course, yes. It's worth discussing. We've heard the name before, and I think we can get directions to them in the nearby town. But yes, certainly, if you are related to them, then we know they are good people. As the others just like coming in, no, don't lie. I'll get it. Like someone's trying to take the cloak off. Well, I heard your damn cough. Heard you are all big damn heroes now. I saw on your mighty steeds outside. There's what I think is a pelt and claws. You want them turned into something, I guess. Yes?
Yeah, it's not on me, but I do have the armor of I forgot what it's exactly called, the hinterland
Yeah.
armor, but
Yes, of course. You
Yeah,
explained it before.
yeah.
Obviously we don't have time to do. He coughs again. I'm not gonna keep coughing into the mic. We don't have time to do all of it now, but let me explain some of the value of these things to you. Here, come look. And he's like beckoning you to go back outside.
I don't want it. It's raining.
Always raining.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sam, come on.
So you obviously know what the hide does. And then I know you got the claws. What was the other thing you got? You got hide, claws, and I thought you got one more thing.
We get the tail. I don't remember.
No,
we got the tail
because
or
it would have
not.
taken too much time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you got the eyes, but the eyes
Eye.
wouldn't have lasted long.
Singular
No.
eye.
Yeah,
Think we
I
got
don't think
the
you.
eye.
I don't think you did the eye. I think you got rid
Teeth?
of the eye.
Did you get the teeth?
Or at least a couple teeth, maybe. I don't know. Claws. I mean, claws and hide were the two things.
The main ones.
Yeah. Verbrong ate some of the heart, I believe.
Yeah, that doesn't count as you guys like taking it. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah, no. I'm just trying to remember. Because I think all I have written
Where did
down
my note
is.
go? Oh my gosh, I had it. Where did I put that?
Excuse me. Time for another
No.
cup of coffee.
Here we go.
Yeah, it ain't claws.
I'm almost certain you didn't do the eyes.
Yeah.
Didn't do the bones. Would have taken too long. Didn't do the glands. Didn't do the blood. Didn't do the heart.
Well, I remember the
claws,
tail was
hide.
basically on its way to deteriorate.
Yeah, the tail was like the next thing that was gonna be an issue. Yeah, I don't want to have to go look at the old video.
Yeah, I don't remember. All I have is down is the claws, so maybe it may have just been hiding claws.
You might have been hiding claws. Okay.
Yeah, because I think it was. What are we taking now? You know, like because I think the other idea was like, oh, if we fight the other one, we have a whole other 8 ink to pick up and
Yeah.
get stuff from. But it is also buried, so whatever. There's a risk.
That it? There it is. Okay, holy shit. Okay. God damn. Somehow we're that late already. Okay, so the hide is already spoken for, effectively. As far as, like, the main thing it's going to get used for. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to kind of brief this rather than doing it in RP, just to be quicker. So he tells you that, like, you did a good enough job on its pelt that not only do you have enough to easily finish the armor, you can also get, you should definitely have enough to get one of the cloaks as well. The 8 ink cloaks. That, like, the Sacred Warriors and stuff wear. Because you don't always get that, because sometimes they ruin the fur or whatever else, but you did a good enough job gathering it that he says it's of the proper quality. If you find someone who knows how to craft that, which you can, and like if you go to like a city, there's obviously a lot of like towns and stuff that'll do it. So let's see, you're headed to Bayan. Yeah, he says there should be someone in Bayan that can do it, unless they've left. But yeah, you can get not only the armor but the cloak from the hide. As for the claw, there it is. The claw you can get made into a dagger. Let's see. There it is. Yes, you can have the claw made into a dagger. That is really, really good for doing things like skinning and like dressing animals and beasts and other stuff like that. However, not however, but
Also,
in addition to that, yeah, so instead of that, if you don't want the dagger, just because like it's fucking dope 8 ink dagger,
yeah,
you can also have it kind of split up and used as components to make a set of gloves, which actually aid in swimming and climbing.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Like
That's not like
magical
per
craft or
claw,
anything.
right? That's
Like total. Yeah.
okay. Sorry, I was like, man, I got 8 of those, so I can make like 8 daggers. No, it's like the sum of them. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that's true. You did roll super high on your check. Okay. Yeah. No. So you can make 2 items. I forgot. You did get all of the claws, so those didn't get ruined. Yeah. There's my note. Yeah, you did fucking crazy on that. So you have.
I just wanted to clarify. Yeah.
The dagger, the gloves. You could also get a set of boots that go with the gloves to enhance the effect.
Uh-oh.
There's 3 things that those can be made into. You can get 2 of them, obviously.
I have gloves of the ice bears still. But
yeah.
They don't do nothing for swimming. But they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which also, I mean, like,
and then you didn't get the tail, so cool.
Yeah, maybe Rahala or maybe not Rahala, Hattie would like the gloves or whatever. I don't know. of course, me sings like, oh yeah, dude, I gotta get that dagger. I traded one evil bone dagger away. I need to get another claw dagger. That's from an evil thing, but not, evil inherently.
Evil, right?
Not
Yeah.
inherently evil, yeah.
I don't remember what the cloak does, though.
You
Did you tell me
don't
what the
know what the
cloak
cloak.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a thing that you've seen, and you know that they're highly revered,
Yeah.
but
Which
you don't actually know.
part of me is like, oh yeah, that'd be cool to like have the armor and the cloak, but also I feel like Lamia should have the cloak because she killed it. I just want the armor.
Eli killed it.
Yeah, in
the armor
fairness,
and the-
I killed
Look,
it.
somebody
He did
rolled a
kill
bunch of natural 20s on it. Right?
No, she killed it. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
I
Us as a
finished
group
it off.
killed it because I asked us to go do this.
Your group killed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the armor and the
Yeah.
cloak is the set effectively, right?
Neat.
Like if you want to give Lami a bow, she can be like a full-on Ulis warrior, like spear warrior. Have the armor, the cloak, and a fucking sacred weapon. But
Yeah.
It
I'll transition into the plate armor, and
yeah, he'll just be lumbering around at the plate.
yeah, that's way too big for me. It's like I'm sticking out of the chest plate, just my eyes.
Right. But yeah, those are those.
Yeah.
Let me make
Okay.
sure I didn't miss anything on the hide. Did that have
Yeah.
a third?
I'll just put a note down on.
It did not. No, there's not a third on the hide. It's those two things.
Dagger has 2 Gs.
Dagger does indeed have 2 Gs. Yes. Yeah, I had shit ready for a bunch of different points, so I had to scroll through it.
Yeah, so
yeah.
reiterate once they tell us that, like, oh well, there are also still bones and things there of the one deceased. So, I don't think we're going to be back to reclaim that. So feel free to, if you want some of your young ones to head up that way,
They
feel
already
free
are.
to take that for yourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, they already are. They're going. And you can imagine, like, this explanation with him, he's like showing you parts of like the pelt and like how it gets used and the claws and whatnot. He's like trying to explain it as best he can. Unfortunately, he can't quite tell you about the magical aspects, other than that the knife, like the actual dagger, tends to be supernaturally sharp. He actually describes it as spiteful, is kind of how he describes it. And he seems to be painting this picture that like the knife is more deadly against things that like you have ire against, like if you're angry at them or whatever.
There's a lot of things I'm angry at. But yeah, specifically a family.
Yeah. And then the rest of it is that if you ask about the cloak, he will tell you it's called a I guess it's rain shield cloak.
I'm interested.
Oh, I scrolled way too far fucking down. Of course I did. Yes, it is called a rain shield cloak, and he says it only worked like it has what he calls divine properties to it, in that it obviously shields the wearer from like the worst parts of the storm in Setsegia. But its true divine gifts only really are bestowed upon those who are worthy, who earn the cloak in a way befitting of its power. and usually those who are at least somewhat favored by the divine that rule over nature and such. But he says for those people, they gain the ability to walk across the water. Yeah.
Well, hot damn.
And that the rain, rather than the storm, rather than being a hindrance, becomes your shield, is how he describes it.
Look, that's a thing I've always been curious about. If I'm quick enough, can I jump off of raindrops or whatever? You know, like if I can walk on water in theory.
Oh my gosh.
If you're quick enough,
how does it work
yes.
on fog?
You're not.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much know it is, but
Yeah. Can I stand on a cloud? No.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so that's kind of the little explanations he gives you.
Yeah.
But cool. You point out the bones and whatnot. So let's get to because I know you guys are trying to leave the village.
Yeah.
People really want to feed you and give you things, and many of them are like, you know, very just heaping thanks on you. But in the midst of all of this, they do try to give you a goat. It's not the one that was tortured or whatever. In fact, the animals that like you guys bring back, I don't know if any of you end up like asking questions about it, but you do see them again, and you see that they've got these little like ribbons kind of tied, like the goat has like this like ribbon tied to one of its horns, and the rabbits all have one like tied on one of their paws, and they're just kind of moving around the village like no one's really messing with them.
That's
These are
kinda
secret
sweet.
beasts now.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I would like to, when all this explanation is going, I would like to because they do have a fire in here where they've been cooking little bits of stuff. I'm assuming skewer or whatever.
Yeah,
I've taken out that fish and I've been slowly cooking it and eating it while we're explaining shit.
It's pretty damn flavorless.
Yeah,
it's pretty flavorless.
So I'll eat it.
Yeah. It's like you take like a bite and it smelled really good, you know, like how roast fish smells. You know, and people are like bringing over like citrus and stuff that you can put on it. But like, then you take a bite of it and you're like, the texture's on point. It just has no fucking taste. So you like squeeze another little bit on it, and like anything anyone's offering you, it's like
It's a tofu fish.
This tastes this is kind of
Tofu-fish.
awful with no flavor.
Ew, two fish.
Right. Ugh.
Trout food. No, I don't know.
So you eat the fish.
Yeah. I just want to say to get rid of that.
Yeah.
To get rid of, you know.
You are all spared rations for the day. Like, don't worry about rations.
No, they wouldn't know anything about that. I guess the thing that's left to do is show her all of these weird rocks I got, and or if they are rock, and head out. But it's whatever we're doing in between then.
Yeah, if you have questions or anything you specifically want to do while you're there, now is the time.
Yeah. I mean, y'all can stay here and eat. I'm gonna go get Rahala so she can also eat. And
you can assume she's come out to. There's been a lot of noise made about you guys being back. So
I'm gonna see if she wants to look at these things I found. Whenever.
We'll get to that. Anything else in the meantime from the rest of you?
Nah, I'm hungry.
Eli's stuffing his face.
Yeah. You know, as one does.
I guess meta-wise, does anybody else want? Would somebody want a dagger or the claws and boots?
With the furs?
Yeah, because the only thing I would use is probably the dagger, and that's really circumstantial. Of like, yeah, if I'm skinning something, or if I hate somebody, I want to stab them.
Yeah, I'm all right. I
Yeah,
think
because the only other person I think that would use the dagger is Eli, because he has the switchblade, but not switchblade. Yeah,
no.
and I'm like, hey, man, he stabbed somebody before, I think. So
I have stabbed somebody before.
yeah,
That
maybe
is
he could
true.
use another stabbing instrument.
From the description, you should be the one that has the cloak.
Yeah. That's the sad thing about like a very specific targeting animal for harvesting is like, yeah, it's for my stuff.
I mean, that's fine. I got
always
my
been for
fancy
you.
duds
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
my awesome cloak. I don't need any of that. Yeah.
Not meta. Lamia wouldn't want you to have a very sharp dagger that that
yeah.
works on spite because hey Sam, maybe not going further into those negative emotions, maybe not doing that is kind of better for you as a person kind of thing.
Yeah, but
Feeding
this
that
is
energy is kind of nasty, I say, as a person that can't wait to kill a certain thing.
this is regular stabbing.
Regular stabbing.
It's what you think it is.
Yeah.
And heck, what I mean, if a cloak can be activated to be magically powerful just because of a connection to your god, what's to say the dagger couldn't possibly do that?
Climbing and swimming specifically, yes, for the boots and gloves.
Basically, that's the gloves, and then the boots essentially enhance something about the gloves, like they work together as a set.
Okay.
You can just use the gloves, or use the boots and the gloves. The boots by themselves wouldn't really do much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm debating even like how good are Avarok at swimming? Or Rakog? He's a Rakog? He's a Rakog.
He's a Avarok.
He's
Avarok. You're talking
Avarok.
about Verbrong, yeah.
Yeah, Verbrong.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's a Var Rakog, aka
Yeah.
Dwarf Orc. So how good do you think he is at swimming?
Look, that sounds racist, but dwarves.
He's quite
This sounds racist, but
he's quite
dwarves.
dense. You know,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
like he's obviously very athletic, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I'm pretty sure mythological dwarves just sink. They don't float.
yeah. They joke about them being made out of stone and like
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like I don't think they swim well.
Like, he had stone cutting. That's how he was able to detect the stone under there.
I don't know. I was like, hey, maybe that would be a good like going away present for him. It's like, hey, dude, like if you ever need it,
Up to you guys.
because the only other person
you
I
will
can give
get-
it to is
just
like
to be clear, you will get more information about what they do when
Yeah.
you talk to an actual crafter. So if you talk
Yeah.
to like Yvain,
I'm also
you know,
I'm comparing them too much to the gauntlets of the ice bear, and those are spiked gauntlets where they're a
Yes.
weapon.
yes,
These would be just gloves.
these
correct.
are gloves. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They're
So they're
hand
not
slot
a
and a foot slot
yeah.
if you get the boots.
they're not a hindrance thing as well. Like you can't use an item with them. So that would be
Correct.
the other difference of like technically they're better in a way, but yeah. Global Ice Spears are still dope because it's better climb. Yeah. Because we'll figure out that
settle
later.
that offline if you need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to Rahala about seeing if she can figure out that stuff because we're getting
Right.
close. I didn't know.
Before
We're trying to
that,
figure
is anyone else trying to do anything else?
yeah.
I was, but I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Nope. I wasn't.
Goat. We got a goat. The
Go
Not
ahead and
happy
do the
about the
Rahala
dagger.
thing. I'm not gonna remember.
sorry.
Cool. So you show her the pearl things. Sweet. That is her sheets.
Yeah, I found these. Like in a rock when I was digging. Like 15 feet underground.
Yada.
Near Nene Dam.
15. Plus that. See what she gets. A lot. Okay.
Damn.
Well, that's not going to be an issue. So yeah, she's looking at them for a second. Oh wait, I forgot. I have to do her Arcana. Us. I totally forgot to do the Knowledge Arcana, which is also really high. Yeah, she can't even fail it, I don't think. Okay, so as you're like talking and like gesturing with the thing, she's sort of like just squinting at it. Says, okay. Moderate evocation. Can you stop waving it around, please? Let me see that.
I mean, it's kind of like tossing it up and catching it a little bit. Not like high, but
okay. Now here, let me just look at it a bit closer. Okay. All right. Yes. There we are.
I like to believe
Much
they're fireball
safer.
beads, but like, and I'm just been, you know.
I've seen these before. Oh, this is a bead of force. Actually, quite an interesting little thing. And you found it underground.
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
Like in a rock.
Well,
the bag.
It does have an effect when thrown, so please don't do so. You do it once, whatever it's going to do, and I'll explain, it will do that one time, and then it's gone. Okay? So be very careful with it. She sets it very gently into your hand.
So I shouldn't have put it in my mouth.
Probably not. You see, when you throw them, or they experience any sort of sharp impact, they explode. The explosion's not like fire or anything like that. It's called a bead of force for a reason. It's just concussive. Force energy that it unleashes.
Mm.
And that means it can affect certain magical construct and the like. And as well as things like ghosts and spirits. They don't resist force. It's not magical force. These are... they're quite powerful, really. I mean, it's a not insubstantial explosion they let off. It's around the size of this room, maybe a bit bigger, 10-foot radius.
No.
And the other neat thing about them, throwing them is much easier than you might think it is. You throw them a lot further with a lot more accuracy than you might understand. They're sort of enchanted to go where directed. Not by word, but by intent.
Mm.
They have a 60-foot thrown range. You throw them 60
Damn.
feet, no range penalties, but you can't do multiple range increments, right?
Okay.
Up to 60 feet. So anywhere in that 60 feet, you just throw accurately, and they go off.
You
And
said it's a 10-foot radius? Okay.
10-foot radius. And not only does it let off a 5d6 point of force damage explosion, but anything caught in that radius is trapped in a globe of shimmering force that encloses the creature.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. That globe lasts for 10 minutes.
Dang.
What does being
Boom.
trapped in the globe do?
Those are nasty.
You're stuck in the fucking globe. You can't get out.
Oh.
It's just a globe of force. So you're just stuck for 10 minutes.
Can things get in?
No,
Okay. Just curious.
you're just stuck. You're stuck in there with whatever else is in there. Is really the thing. But yeah, it can be used to trap things, either with other things or just to isolate them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do take that damage first, so there's already a
Yeah.
Issue
5d6 is nothing to bitch about.
Did you get a DC 16 reflex save though? But yeah, so you have 6 of those. It's called a bead of force. You need to look it up.
I wrote down. I jotted down what you gave me, that just in case.
Yeah, I was gonna make you try to struggle for every one of those, but you rolled fucking 38 or whatever the hell.
Yeah, it's wrong to do perception checks on it.
Well, it's also like even higher DC because you couldn't see anything. So
yeah,
but it's
working
just
by
it was
finger.
a really, really good check. Cool.
Got the
So you have 6
magic
beads of force.
fingers.
And a goat. And you may add. Let's see. We'll have Molly. You can roll 1, and then Dave, you roll 1. Each of you roll me a D8. Almost.
I rolled a 3.
Cool. Yeah, you guys can add 7 more rations to your ledger there.
Sick.
You pile some food on. And info food. You got a goat. Do you take the goat, or you're like, guys, we don't want a goat?
That's not my option.
We're all staring at Lamia.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking real hard on it.
The intent being not a pet goat. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
For
you
food.
milk it or eat it or whatever, right? Like,
But considering that the last time Lamia had, basically killed and partially made one of the animals here food, and the other people were so happy to just get half of it, Lamia will be nice and be like, not, I say nice, be like, no, we really appreciate this, but we're on a journey and we don't really keep the feed around for this, and we don't have the time to skin it properly and all that jazz.
Meanwhile, back at the thing, there's a chicken in a cage. Just
okay, so you just tell them no. Okay, so no goat. I think that is that. Don't think there was anything else to include here.
is it still just about midday or just after midday?
You'd be rolling just into the afternoon at that point.
We could probably head out today as well.
Yeah.
Just thinking for next session.
Alright, so you're there. Let's just do a quick measurement here. How long is it going to take?
We would like to sleep here, so Lamia can get good sleep. I'll throw that out to her because she did the blood point.
No, it'll be fine. Lamia can sleep on the road. Not a big deal.
It'll be much softer.
It is
Sleep
not
on
going to
her
be
bedroll.
pleasant sleep, regardless. The difference is she'll be able to recover HP. She will still have nightmares.
Nightmare.
The next place you're going straight to Bayan. You are on a forested highway, technically. Figure this up real quick. It's 54 miles. Poor visibility. Cool. Okay, there it is. I'm assuming you're hustling daily. Doing the one hustle each day.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that will take exactly 6 days to get to Bayan. Sweet. So, we'll end here. So here's the thing though. So you guys are gonna make it to Bayan. And we'll come back to that later. We'll make it to the outer part of Bayan exactly 6 days from now.
Okay, I will go ahead and spend those blood points and recover for now, so I don't have to think
you're going
about it.
straight there. You're not gonna like detour to the Birdsag farm and like piss off Larbrog or anything, right? Okay. So, cool. We will start next session. Lami, I'm gonna tell you how your sleep goes. This is the first time you're actually like sleeping.
Yeah.
But then after that, we'll skip ahead to Bayan, where they grow rice.
That's right.
But yeah, that's it. That's the session, y'all. We did it. We did it. Y'all,
It is a tie.
y'all
Nobody
dealt with
won
the freaking 8 ink.
all of those points.
Yeah, I have like none left now. Man, I was expecting to roll a lot of dice. So let's go to the exit screen now.
Yeah, exit screen.
So we'll
I'm
Dave
gonna run
do
the back
plugs
and
real
we can
quick.
wrap up. So I don't have to do this.
Thank you all for joining us. It has been a wonderful stream, and we got to destroy an 8 ink damn, blah, 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 which I always spell wrong. Anyways, the point is that you should check out our Patreon, which is patreon.com/unnatural_1s, and you can join for as low as just $1. Of course, you can always give us more. Helps us keep
I was
moving along
wrong.
and stuff.
Ellie voted for nobody/tie.
There you go. So somebody won on the tie. And then the replay of these streams is on YouTube on Mondays if you want to catch up and see all of our backlog. If you happen to be on YouTube and you want to watch us live, we're live Tuesdays on Twitch at twitch.tv/unnatural_1s. And then, you can interact with us in all of those ways there. And if you would like more of us, we know it's tempting. We have a Discord. You can get on there. And we just basically post memes a lot.
That's kind of true, yeah. But yeah, cool. Sweet. Thank you very much, Dave. AKA Hyperphase, AKA Thumbs Up. So
Thumbs up.
Yeah, and for some of y'all, I will see you tomorrow over on twitch.tv/Lost Initiative, where we are playing in Daeloric's homebrew world of Aurorum, the continent of Aeroth, in the land of Idir, where we're being attacked by motherfucking plants. Which is not fun, seeing as my bard spells are really not geared toward motherfucking plants. So, yeah. Come see how we do. We did just get a dope item. We just found, because after a series of ridiculous checks, we found a freaking headband of oh shit, oh my god, mental prowess. Yeah, +2. So that's a +2 to charisma and wisdom. Yeah, that's freaking massive. So for those of you thinking, oh, +2 to your ability scores, that's not that big a deal. There's not a ton of ability score boosts. It is to 2 different ability scores. There's not a ton of ability score boosts in Pathfinder. You get 1 every 4 levels, a +1 every 4 levels, and other than that, it's magic that does it. So not only that, but in that world, it's an epic 6. We're freaking 2nd level, 6 levels max. So that is a massive item, and we kind of bickered over it already. Anyway, if you want to come see us kill each other over a crown, come check that out. And if we don't kill each other over a crown, maybe one of us gets eaten by vines. That almost happened. Anyway, other than that, thank you very much once again. We love you all. And go say hi to Rob is now tired. who is playing Mouse Ritter Solo Knight. Mouse Ritter is pretty dope. I've played it once, and I had a lot of fun. So hopefully you enjoy what you see. And until next time, that's not our sign-off. So tune in next time for more Into the Storm.
What?
All right, bye. Bye.